Good morning, hello and welcome to the London Landmarks Half Marathon. The sun is out and the stage is very much set for what should be a fantastic event. Over 13,000 runners will be pounding the streets going right through the heart of London, starting at Pall Mall and finishing at Whitehall, and along the way drinking in the sights of the Cheese Grater Building, the Gherkin, Westminster, St Paul's Cathedral and the Londonite to name but a few. And as well as the iconic landmarks, this event's also a celebration of the quirky and the hidden history that only this city can provide. And if today is anything like last year, this will be unforgettable. Well, if you said to me, I'll be conducting an interview with not only a Lord Mayor, but a Sheriff, I wouldn't believe you, but dreams do come true. Lovely to meet you both. Now, first of all, let's get the etiquette correct. What should I be calling you?
Well, my full title is the Right Worshipful Lord Mayor of Westminster. Thank you very much.
And what about yourself, sir?
I'm a Sheriff of the City of London. A little bit less of a mouthful, perhaps.
And how excited are you for today?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere is great. I think it's really exciting that this race actually takes in both the City of Westminster and the City of London.
It's wonderful to be able to celebrate London, the east and the west of London, Westminster and the city together. It's fantastic, an event like this, and what a fantastic day for it as well. Beautiful weather, the runners are all out, 13,000 runners. It'll be great fun.
You guys are powerful people. You know the right people to ask to get the weather.
Well, we do. I had a quiet word this morning and seemed to have worked. So,
and you've got important roles today.
We have. We're starting the race, so we can't chat for too long, otherwise it won't happen.
Well, with that in mind, I'll let you get off, and in the meantime, we're going to hand to our fantastic commentary team of Rachel Stringer and Rob Walker.
Thanks very much, Radzi. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this truly unique experience in the capital. There is St Paul's in all its magnificent glory. Barely a cloud in the sky. It's a lovely, crisp spring morning. The inaugural event 12 months ago was a huge success. Massive surge in numbers of participants and interaction points throughout the morning. More of that shortly. I'm really looking forward to my second instalment on the London Landmarks. And alongside me, the former international 800-metre runner Rachel Stringer is up for this, but I suspect she wishes she was running more than being in the commentary box. Morning, Rach.
Thank you very much, Rob. Yeah, I do indeed. This is where I run most mornings myself, but on my own, not with 13,000 other runners. So I very much wish I was out there joining these guys, but they're going to have an absolutely awesome morning, and I'm looking forward to calling it with you.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. 13,000 up from 10,000. The organisers really have gone to a huge amount of effort to make sure that this is an all-encompassing experience, and not just for the runners, for the supporters as well. And there's a bit of backpuss action. Maybe I'm showing my age. I can remember watching backpuss. We have a whole host of waves, starting with lightning. At 9:30, we'll be informing you about the mascot relay. Great tunes to get them on the way as well. Grease Lightning. Well, that's for obvious reasons. A couple of others. Cheetah 2, their second song will be Eye of the Tiger. And we finish with Diamond, and the last lot of runners out will be pumped up to Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars. It's just a real carnival from start to finish this. It really is. 180 charities up from 102 last year, and I believe almost 100 have already signed up for 2020, which has pre-registration available today. A lot of mascots running. It's always interesting, Rachel, to hear about how little training runners have sometimes done with their mascots, with their mascot outfits. So there could be some serious chafing going on here over the next 13.1 miles.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see there as well, you've got the London landmarks there. They were all running last year. You've got Ben there, Big Ben, and then you've got a couple of the bake-offs, the bake-off guys behind. So we're looking forward to seeing the celebrities as well.
Yes, we will keep you posted on how everybody features. There are so many great landmarks. The Grand there listed, along with the Quirky and the Hidden, which Rachel will give you an indication of a little bit later on. Crossing over the Thames, past the London Eye, then past Somerset House. St Paul's such a key focal point of Britain and the capital for so many years. There's a lot of twists and turns on this course, but I'm sure there are one or two people who'll be up for a PB, but this is really about inclusion and participation rather than lightning quick times. There's the out and back at the Tower of London, and then back down towards Big Ben and the finish by Downing Street. A course that's had a lot of thought put into it. So that's the Grand. We also have the Quirky and the Hidden. Just a few indications there of the landmarks. We'll be giving you a little history lesson. I've done a bit of research on Wikipedia over the course of the next few hours. We'll give you a few facts and figures about Nelson's Column, London Eye, St Paul's. Great website, by the way. I had a look. I discovered things I never knew about St Paul's when researching for today. So these are some of the better known landmarks of London, but as indicated by the title, London Landmarks, the organisers have searched out some of the lesser known historical nuances of this wonderful capital city. So whilst we will take great delight in the monument and Big Ben and all the rest, the Quirky and the Hidden have taken a little bit more imagination for the organisers to put together. And Rachel, you're looking forward to giving us a history lesson on some of these.
Exactly, Rob. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll start at Pall Mall. That is the start, and it will be started with a bowler hat send-off. So to kick things started, we'll have somebody standing there with a bowler hat, then on to Trafalgar Square, and we'll see Britain's smallest police station. And that's, I guess, what the organisers wanted to do as well, give you a bit of a history lesson into things we might not know about our city. And then the Strand there, we have Oscar Wilde's Memorial, Australia House, Gringotts Visiting Bank in Harry Potter, and R. Twining & Co., London's oldest shop. So a few things will be pointed out using some pink signs, so all the runners will know where these points of interest are. And then at St Paul's, we've got Shakespeare's House, the Old Watling Pub, the Air Raid Shelter, Postman's Park, and the Great Bell of Bow. And then we all want you as well to keep in contact when you are going through London and seeing all these quirky and hidden points of interest. Then Bank, we have the largest grasshopper. So much to tweet about, to talk about on social media. Monument, we've got Pudding Lane and Dick Whittington's house, and then the Tower of London, Billinggate's Roman Bath House. And then we're kind of nearing the final stretch there, finishing near Downing Street. And then again, we mentioned we'd love to hear from you throughout the morning, so you can get in touch using the hashtag there, LLHM2019. Of course, that means London Landmark Half Marathon 2019, and we'll read them out throughout the morning.
Yes, I've already had a little look on Twitter, and there are all sorts of messages from charities giving a brave mention to the athletes running for them, and from individual friends and family. Anybody you know running the London Landmarks, get in touch. We have plenty of time on air over the next 3 3/4 hours. We will make sure we give your heroes, heroines, brothers, sisters, nephews and all sorts plenty of encouragement on the way round. We want this to be a truly interactive experience. And on that note, Radzi is back out there as the clock ticks down to the big start, and I'm sure he's getting pumped up.
I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by race director Leah. Leah, I spoke to you last year. You were so pleased with what happened then. What does it mean to be back?
Oh, Razzie, I can't tell you how much it means to be back. I'm so excited today, and it means so much to Tommy's and all the charities who are going to be benefiting. Last year we had 10,000 runners. This year we have 13,000 runners, and those 3,000 extra places have all been given to extra charities, and that means the number of charities who are going to be benefiting today is 180. Last year we had 102, so it's brilliant that so many more good causes can benefit.
That really is brilliant. What for you makes this so different?
So different. Three main things for us. The first, it's the only half marathon to go through both the Westminster and the city. Second, it's 100% not-for-profit. It's organised by Tommy's to benefit many good causes. And lastly, it's a race which is as much for spectators as it is for runners. So we have organised 272 activities to be happening along the route. I'm not going to go through them all, but I will touch on a few. We have 3 big performance stages. We have 8 guided history tours, 3 family-friendly treasure hunts. We have, very excitingly, a Harry Potter party. So we have been working with J.K. Rowling's charity Lumos, and we are going to be displaying a 12-foot replica of the Triwizard Cup along the route from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Basically, I've got to definitely see that. With that in mind, lots of people will be thinking, maybe I can't come today, maybe it's already happened, but I want to be registered for next year. What would you say?
Pre-register for 2020 is now open. You just need to go to our website, www.llhm.co.uk/pre-register.
Leah, we're back again. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Radzi.
So much for Leah and the team to be proud of. There's been a huge amount of work going into the preparations for this second edition. And we have a whole host of celebrities taking part once again this year, just as we did 12 months ago, but no relay. They're all doing the entire distance. Watch out for the likes of Amanda Holden and Jenny Faulkner. Glorious day here in London. Another celebrity Radzi has caught up with ahead of the big start, Cheryl Baker.
Well, I'm joined by the legend that is Cheryl Baker. Cheryl, how are you?
I'm all right. Ask me at the end.
How's training gone?
It's been fine, but I've been doing a lot of gigs, so I haven't got as much training in as I wanted, but hope for the best.
Is the gig of the dancing helping with fitness, though?
It probably does. I had a gig last night in Stratford-on-Avon, and I got home at 2 a.m.
Ah, that's not great.
It's all right. I've got adrenaline.
And you have lots of people cheering you on.
I know. They already are. I'm posing for photos, and they'll all be cheering, which will be... I mean, I've done the London Marathon a few times, and it's the audience, the crowd make all the difference.
Are you running for anyone in particular?
Abigail's Footsteps, which is, I'm a vice president of this charity, so very proud to be as well.
And you're doing them proud running today, even with very few hours sleep.
Who needs sleep? I can sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, it's overrated sleep, that's what I say. All the very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? And so too is this. We do have a relay. It's the mascot relay. Rainbow for Tommy's going first. We've got the British Heart Foundation involved, one of the best names, Shu Barker, Cancer Research UK, going on the second leg, so we'll be watching out for the official mascots, and Tommy's Rainbow will finish their efforts, and a couple of photos being taken. Looks a little bit chilly in the shade there. We are counting down to the start of the first wave, which has been named, with slightly tongue-in-cheek, Miles Ahead. The second wave is Ron Faster, and we won't give them all away just now, but we got all sorts of musical accompaniment and entertainment, and the fancy dress, the charity interaction points, huge numbers of them as the morning unfolds. 180 charity cheer stations, 37 DJs, 11 acts, 8 history tours, and 17 themed cheer stations. A lot to look forward to. 40 seconds, I was just listening for the PA announcer. We are getting close to this unique half marathon, the only race in London that takes in Westminster and the City of London, 100% not for profit. The Lord Mayor and the Sheriff are poised to get this race started. Keep your interaction coming. We've got tons of time over the next 3 3/4 hours. We're going to be on to cheer many of the 13,000 home. So we've got lots of time to give your friends and relatives all the shout-outs they need. Here we go. To a roar from those at the very front of 13,000 runners. The 2019 London Landmarks Half Marathon is underway. The Lord Mayor and the Sheriff appropriately positioned with klaxons in hand. A few, Rachel, will be going for personal bests, but this is about an all-encompassing experience. It isn't really the type of race where we're expecting 12,500 of these runners to be club runners checking their watches every 3 or 4 minutes. This is a real festival of distance running, and it's a celebration of the capital.
And you can see that, I guess, by the charity vests that we're seeing just going through the shot now. You know, there's not many club vests there, which we've seen a lot of the half marathons. Everyone's enjoying it. They're already starting to give the mayor the high fives and waving, because they're all here, like the race organizer Leah said, is a non-profit race. It's all for charity, so everybody here is raising money for the 180 charities involved. So they're just here to soak in the atmosphere, and that's what we were talking about off camera. We were saying how exciting it is, just not from a runner's point of view, but from a spectator as well. So I'm sure they'll all have their family and friends out on the course to cheer them on. And we were having a little look at the app as well, weren't we? Because the app isn't just for if you're participating as well. It's very much for spectators, because you know, you can go and have a little history tour of London. If you're a child, you can go and have a little a look around. They've got a little interactive map going on there. There's a selfie challenge. There's so much to take part in on this event. It's not just about the running, and that's what is so unique about this race. But obviously we have a few that are going for times here. This is the fastest wave, isn't it? This is the cheetah wave going off at the front, aptly named there, as we know that cheetahs are meant to be pretty fast animals, aren't they, Rob?
Yes, they are. My son loves cheetahs. Lightning, cheetah, Mexican, chocolate, sunshine, rainbow and diamond is our last wave, and you can tell that these runners are pretty useful because it's not quite single file, but they've got plenty of space around them, which won't be the case as we head towards the main part of the field.
What's quite nice about that as well for the cheetahs is, for once, they might be able to win a race, because usually these kind of big events with 13,000 plus runners in, you know, they're never going to win because you have elites, but this field uniquely doesn't have any elites in it. So these guys could be really excited and get their hands on a medal first and cross that tape, finish line tape, which we saw a couple of weeks ago in London, Mo Farah lifting up. And so for athletes like this to do that is so good. I mean, me and you could even go out there one time, Rob, and maybe hold that tape aloft and win it. Who knows?
Oh, I think my days of doing that are behind me. But I like the principle of this event, because there's obviously, you know, great excitement when you have incredible elite fields assembled in any major city, 10K, half marathon and marathon. But this isn't a day for the elites. This is a day for everybody. And it's an all-encompassing experience. And for any of you who have turned up and supported someone, not so much perhaps in a 10K because it's over much quicker, but in a half marathon or marathon, anywhere in a big city, it can be really, I know this sounds silly, it can be really tiring trying to follow someone in a marathon or a half marathon. Not so much if you're at home, so send us a tweet and add the hashtag LLHM2019. But they're really trying to make it a great experience, because especially if you have small children coming along with a mum to cheer dad or with a dad to cheer mum, that's a long time to keep small kids entertained, you know, even when there's a lot to do. It's great to get a glimpse of Nelson's Pond in the background. So they really have made this an all-tailored experience. And there are some of the mascots and those dressed up, loving the gherkin there. That's quite a poignant story, actually, because we have the 6 friends all running in memory of their friend.
They ran it last year as well, didn't they?
Sam Soanes, sorry, I was just looking for the name. Sam Soanes, who, along with 2 of his other friends, ran the London Marathon. They were dressed as Big Ben, St Paul's and the Shard, and Sam tragically died in 2017. So the group of those who we could just see in the distance there, they're all running with Matt once again in Sam's memory. So there are some quite moving stories. It's a cathartic process sometimes, running a half marathon. I remember covering the Paris Marathon a few years ago. It was an absolutely giant man crossed the finish line, and all it said on his t-shirt was "Et tu pour tu, papa," and he was running in memory of his dad. So there's all sorts of reasons why people are taking part here, commemorating great occasions, but also remembering loved ones lost. Well, there's Cheryl Baker on the start line, one of a number of celebrities competing here. We'll be keeping a close eye. Amanda Holden, Jenny Faulkner, a whole host. If you're into reality TV shows, a whole load of TOWIE stars. X on the Beach.
X on the Beach, and we've got the Team Master Bakers as well if you're into your cooking programmes. There are a couple of people there from the Bake Off and Master Chef, so we've got a whole team of bakers who have put their spatulas down and put their running shoes on and are running together. I think there's 5 of them that have teamed up from 2 different shows. That's nice to see. And there's a little dog there who looks like he's rather content on basking in the sun. 2 of them, I'm going to say, than having a race. There's Amanda Holden. She started it last year, didn't she, Rob? I think she was on the start line yesterday. Sorry, last year. And Cheryl Baker, we've just heard from her. And Jenny Faulkner, she's a fan of the marathon. I think she's done 8 marathons before. So this will be a walk in the park, a half marathon for her.
Yeah, I listen to her first thing in the morning sometimes when I'm driving to Heathrow, and she does mention that she's been out for a run or goes out once she's done her morning radio show.
On Heart Breakfast, I think that is, isn't it? If you want to have a look on Instagram as well, she's already tweeted. Sometimes the pre-race flat lay isn't so easy when you have a photo of her in the house. And she's referring to her
dog. There's all the celebs.
A couple of Love Island guys there. You got Isle Brooker, and you got Jake Quickenden pointing in the black cap there. I think he was a runner-up on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. He's doing a few tuck jumps there just to get himself ready for this. So yeah, he's been on, I think, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. He's been dancing on ice, so this is going to be an absolute doddle for him. Running half marathon around London in the sun.
The weather could not be any better. It is a beautiful morning. I went out to my car first thing in Ealing, and it was just stunning, just looking at the sun coming up. It doesn't look as though there's much by way of wind on the course. Well, we're not really talking about elites here because it's about participation and inclusion, but what a lovely economical running. I would kill for an action like that. So we have an early leader. Here we go. Our next wave, the celebs are pumped. I don't think he's going to be running that quickly in his last 100 metres there, or maybe he is, but he might slow down a little bit in between. That was a punchy start there by Jake Quickenden, that's for sure.
I think he just wanted it for social media, didn't he? I'm sure if you find him on Instagram, that is already posted. And here we go, we've got some of the mascots who are going to be running around the course, and there's a relay there. There's not a relay for the celebrities because they all wanted to do the entire half marathon this year. That was I think they opted in for that, didn't they? Sort of the relay, but these guys, the mascots, will be doing the relay, won't they, Rob?
Yes, they are in relay mode. Tommies will be starting and finishing that with their new mascot, the rainbow. Represents all the families that Tommies has helped since they started helping those who have lost a baby as a stillborn. They're called rainbow babies, the babies that come after a family have lost a child in the very early stages. So Kev Linsell, all ready for LLHM 2019. Good luck to all the runners. Love this one, Rachel. She's obviously up for it.
Well, you can see in the picture there, you've got a couple of dogs. Then on the screen there, you've got Lindsay. The sun is shining. The legs are out. And you've got Susan Tomlin. Good luck, Jen Tomlin. So Susan's obviously not running, but she's going to be out there on the course, no doubt, cheering on her friend Jen there. Doesn't it look absolutely stunning? This is a perfect day for her. I checked the weather and it's 7 degrees and sunny out there with 3 miles an hour wind, which is absolutely nothing. So it's beautiful conditions. And those guys out there in the front will be enjoying it no end, I'm sure.
Now, we've been focusing and reiterating that this is about a race for everybody, and we weren't necessarily talking about elites, but hold the back page, we have a potential for 3 world records here this morning. They're not necessarily for getting round the course the quickest in traditional singlet and shorts. We have 3 brave souls, and they want to get in the Guinness Book of Records. Razzie's with them.
Well, I'm just joined by 2 very likely lads, Steve and Pardy. Steve, I'll start with yourself. What have you come as?
Come as a charity awareness ribbon.
And you're going for a world record. What's that world record?
Fastest male on a charity awareness ribbon.
And have you ever run a half marathon before?
No, this is my first actual competitive race.
Well, the good news is, Pardy, however, this is not your first rodeo, is it, sir?
No, it isn't.
You got a world record last year, and what was that for?
For the fastest half marathon, wearing a straitjacket.
And what are you doing this year?
This year I'm going for the fastest half marathon dressed as a mummy from head to toe, wrapped in bandages.
You look deadly focused, by the way. The big question is, how are you going to go to the toilet?
I've been to the toilet, and I've been up since 3 a.m. unfortunately, and I had an appointment with the lady to paint my face at 6:15 this morning, and so I've had a couple of toast with peanut butter and had plenty of water, so I feel I'm ready, and I'd love to start and enjoy the atmosphere once again.
And what time are you after?
I've just recently recovered from a fractured toe, so I'm hoping that 140 to 145 will be nice.
140 to 145, and what time do you need, Steve?
150, 155, that's what I'm aiming for today.
Well, gents, we'll hopefully see you at the finish line with a massive high five for 2 world record holders. All the best of luck.
Thank you, thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much, cheers.
Well, good to get an update on Pardy Minas's toilet habits pre-race. If he went at 3 o'clock in the morning, he might need to stop and unravel himself halfway around the race. Anyway, he's dressed as the mummy. Our 3rd record attempt, by the way, is from a guy called Mike Mooley, who is trying to run the fastest, or hop, I guess, the fastest half marathon on crutches. He's raising money for Blesma, military charity for limbless veterans. He needs to beat a time of 2 hours, 25 minutes. And by the way, Pardy's bandages were donated by a company who usually package them up and send them abroad, because once they go past a very strict expiry date, they're no longer technically sterile. So they get sent abroad for medical facilities that urgently need bandages. So he was donated those. And, well, he's a game guy, trying this time. I don't know which is harder, straight jacket or mummy. I would say mummy would be hotter, but at least he's got use of the arms where he didn't last year. An unusual record attempt.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Rob. But last year he ran, what was it, 1:43.43 in his straight jacket. And so he's saying he needs aiming for 140 to 145, so a similar time. So he knows he's capable of it. And I think, like you were saying, with the use of his arms, no problem. But that fractured toe he's recovering from, that might be a little bit uncomfortable out there on the course. So yeah, I'm going to be watching those 3 world record attempts and seeing how they get on. I think I'd like to do one of them in the future, maybe dressed as a Disney character. They're the London City Voices. There are loads of entertainment all around the course. 37 music, DJs and dance groups performing. And we have 3 big performance stages as well, dotted around throughout the course. We've got one on Fleet Street, one on Queen Victoria Street and one on Cannon Street. So if you are around those places as well on the course, then go and check out some of our big stages with some great performers on throughout the morning.
Loving London City Voices rendition of Fame. And now we have the masses moving past Nelson's Column. There's just one of a whole host of charity cheer stations. Alzheimer's Research, they're one of the big charities involved this year. Their themed cheer station is Monopoly. Tommy's is Mary Poppins, where one of their staff members is dressing up as Mary Poppins, and her husband is playing the husband from the legendary film. Just Giving, well, their theme is London Seafarers. Mencaps is London Beats. And Guide Dogs have got a themed cheer station known as Sights and Sounds. And let's enjoy the music of London City Voices for a few seconds. Great work from the choir. Well, they might need some serious lozenges if they're intending on singing for 3.5 hours.
And they're known for their pop classics, Rob. That's what they'll be performing at mile 1.4. For those people who are just starting off, that's what they all get to witness straight away.
I'm loving Nick for Advocate, running in the gown and the crown. That is a bold way to start this half marathon. 9:45, so this wave is the Mexicans. Feel, Phil and Strong. Our third of 7 waves begins here in the heart of London.
And it's great they got to pick their soundtracks as well, didn't they? So I love that the London Landmark's very inclusive. So they put, I guess, everything out to the runners to say, okay, so you're the Mexican wave. Who would you like to, or what track should I say, would you like to start off to? So Mexican waves, there's 2 of them, and they picked La Bamba by Richie Valens and Tequila, the Champs, as their 2 soundtracks to go off to. So kind of apt as well, aren't they, Rob?
Well, the Tequila one will be at the end, which reminds me of many student nights many years ago. Anyway, quite enough of that. A sea of bobbing heads. We're so used to witnessing that all around the world at major events, 10Ks, half marathons and marathons. And they look like they're really up for it here today. In fact, the way in which the organisers have completed the entries indicates just how much more popular it is this year. Last year, the inaugural event, understandable I suppose, first come, first serve. This year, it's been a ballad. It's been that popular. And all 3,000 extra places, she's got her onesie ready for cheering on. She'll be having a look at the selfie competition. All 3,000 extra places have all gone to people representing and raising money for various charities. And that's another unique element of this event. It's by a charity, for charities, 100% not-for-profit event. And that perhaps is one of the reasons why the amount raised for all charities, including Alzheimer's Research UK, has grown from 4.99 million last year to 6 million this year. And I was quite impressed by this next statistic. The 6 million has already been collected. So there may well be extra money raised today, which will take it over 6 million. And therefore, in 2 events, we've gone over £11 million. Quite impressive.
What were they aiming for last year? I think they were aiming for 4 million last year, and so ended on 4.99 million. So, as Rob just said there, 6 million was the aim. 6 million's already raised. I can't wait to see what it'll be at the end of this race.
Well, there's our early leader. He is absolutely flying. Well, we mentioned this is a massive day and a great success story for Tommies. Radzi is with one of their representatives now.
Well, I am joined by the Tommies chairman, Dominic. Dominic, last year was such a success. What did that mean to you?
Well, relief in the first instance, because last year was the first year, and we knew that for this to become an enduring event, then we had to really have a strong first year, and we did, and that was wonderful. So, to be honest, it was relief.
And this event is very different for a number of reasons. Why is it personally different for yourself?
Well, it's different for ourselves because this is uniquely, I think, an event which is organised by one charity on behalf of all the charities. So it's organised by Tommies, and we're proud of that as Tommies, but there are 180 other charities all taking part. In fact, there were some we had to turn away because there just weren't enough places. So the whole charity community in the UK has got together to support an event that's organised by another charity. So it's a totally charity-focused event.
What do you attribute that success to? Because it's very unique to start so well and for the ball to continue. You can just see from the atmosphere here how excited people are.
Yeah. Well, hard work, and we've got a great team, of course, and I'll call them out right here now because it's nothing successful happens without a lot of hard work behind it. That's true of life, isn't it? But then the other things, I think, certainly the course that we have here, where all these runners who are often used to doing races around, sometimes, bits of the race are a bit dull. There's nothing dull about this course. Everywhere you go, as a runner, you should keep your head up, take it all in, don't worry about the clock too much. Watch the streets of London go past. It's wonderful. The course is wonderful. That's really unique.
And finally, favourite landmark?
My favourite landmark is St Paul's, actually. I remember going there as a schoolboy on a first school trip to London 1,000 years ago, so I guess it would be that.
It's a special place, a special event. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I'm sure it's not quite that old. St Paul's does have 1,400 years of history. I'll give you a few little indications as to some of the more unusual facts and figures about one of London's iconic landmarks. As the morning progresses, music absolutely booming. Now, the celebs are all out on the course, and just before they started, Radzi caught up with the experienced marathon runner and broadcaster, Jenny Faulkner.
Well, I'm joined by London Landmarks Half Marathon friend, Jenny Faulkner. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Year 2, and it's bigger and better, and the sun is shining. It was freezing last year.
It was very cold. You got the T-shirt out, although you're Scottish, so perhaps you might be used to that.
Yeah, we're tough, being from north of the border and all that. But I'm so excited about this today. In fact, I've literally come off the my radio show, and run here, so I feel like I've just had an extra mile warm-up.
Nice.
So if I get a slow time, that's why.
That's the excuse. Was that Leicester Square you came from?
Yeah, it's not that far, but fine.
And what are we hoping for time-wise? Because you do a lot of these.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm training for the London Marathon at the moment, which is in a month, so 5 weeks today. So this is a really lovely training run. I've got to remember things like don't get caught up with the crowd at the start, which is really easy to do. But you know what? I'm just going to enjoy today. It's such a brilliant atmosphere, and you see so much. My family are somewhere on the route, so I'll look out for them and just enjoy it.
Do you have any top tips for anyone watching this who perhaps hasn't done something like this before but is thinking about it?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's something that you probably won't take seriously until you sign up. Just sign up for it, and then once you've signed up and got your place, take it seriously and do have a decent training plan, because a lot of people think that a couple of jogs around the park and they might be covered, but really you do have to take your training seriously, and once you do, it's worth it, because you will have the greatest time. You never know, you might find that you're slightly running obsessed like I am.
And what is it like when you cross the finish line?
There's a huge sense of relief. It's euphoric, because you're like, yeah, I did it, but then you're like, oh, thank goodness that's over.
Jenny, thank you very much. I'll let you get started.
Thank you. I'll see you the other side then.
Yes, you will on the finish line.
Okay, all right, thank you.
A little moment of calm there from London City Voices. Good advice from Jenny Faulkner. Radzi will be hoping to catch up with her at the finish line. Speaks from experience. Good warm-up as well, isn't it? Running from hosting your radio show, running a couple of kilometres and getting yourself poised to come on air. And now we can see just how many people are already out onto the course. Few waves still yet to start, Rachel, and it will take some of these athletes well over 2 hours to get around the course, but these men and women we're looking at are not operating at 2 hour pace. They look, just from their cadence, especially that short choppy stride there, this looks more like a 120 to 130 kind of ballpark. These are good club runners.
Absolutely. I'm going to try and track a few of them as well and just see exactly what kind of times they're running, just for those guys at home that think maybe they'll sign up next year for 2020, which is already open for pre-registration, by the way. But I might track them so you just get a ballpark of what kind of people or times the people run to win this. I was saying there's no elites.
Well, this is the chocolate wave, and this is how interactive, I love this next section, this is how interactive the race organisers are. It used to be called the brown wave, and they didn't have too many people signing up for it, so they asked those taking part, go mummy, we love you lots. She could probably save that and re-give it to her mum next weekend for Mother's Day. They had a public vote. The name was changed to chocolate, and hey presto, the wave is absolutely packed. And by the way, this year's race, 9 times oversubscribed in the ballot, and it just flashed up on screen. Next year, it's March the 29th. 2020. You heard from Leah, pre-registration already open. llhm.co.uk/pre-register if you're watching or you're thinking of taking part. Get your name down in the ballot for 2020. Never too early. Don't give yourself that excuse. Send the email now. Nearly all of us are online the whole time anyway, so that's the date of next year's race, which I suspect will be even bigger and even better. But let's turn our attention to enjoying the 2019 edition. A little bit of a contrast there between those at the front and the masses gently making their way round the first 100 or 200 metres.
We mentioned there the chocolate wave going off because it used to be brown and then they voted for it to be chocolate. And we mentioned that London Landmarks Half Marathon sent out a poll and said, what would you like to run out to? And they said for these ones, they wanted to run out chocolate wave too. Sweet like chocolate was one of them, which obviously is aptly named. And
I
that was
remember
from
that tune from the I think that was late 90s.
Shanks and Bigfoot.
Yeah, Shanks and Bigfoot. I'm thinking perhaps at one stage it was Fats and Small. I used to dance to that. You were probably still in primary school.
I know
Shanks and Bigfoot, brilliant tune.
I mean, I know the song, but I wouldn't have been around to dance to at university or anything like that.
It's all right, you don't need to be polite. I'm a lot older than you, I know that.
But very, very apt songs there for the chocolate wave to go off to.
Wow, it's warm. It's not that warm.
I feel like it's Notting Hill Carnival started already.
They're certainly going to be feeling a little on the cool side. But as we've mentioned a couple of times, the weather's absolutely perfect for distance running. Well, we have a whole host of great reasons why people are taking part. In some cases, they're running in memory of a loved one lost. In others, they're running to support friends and family being so well looked after by different charities. And a couple of Millwall fans have teamed up, and this really is a great indication of sport bringing two different people together. Steve Rendell is running the London Landmarks half for 10-year-old Harvey Brown. Harvey's one of only 78 children in the UK with a very rare disease which restricts skeletal growth and leaves those with the condition with a tendency to develop heart disease and have problems with sight and hearing. Harvey is a massive Millwall fan. The club have really taken him to their own. He's been one of their mascots. Steve is also a big Millwall man, and he just heard about Harvey, his bravery and his never-ending smile, and thought that they would team up and he would run to raise money for the MPS Society, and they are here enjoying the occasion and the sunshine together.
Well, I'm joined by two very special people in the form of Steve and Harvey. Steve, who are you running for today?
I'm running for the MPS Society today.
And what made you run at the London Landmarks Half Marathon?
One for the scenic route and all the entertainment that's around the route, and I don't know, it's just fantastic. Can't wait to do it and see all the sights and the landmarks, basically. And obviously I'm running in aid of Harvey and his charity.
Now, Harvey, what does it mean for this man to be running for your charity?
It's great, I really like it, and good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Now, you're not just here as anybody, Harvey. You're here as three big letters, VIP. What do you make of that?
It's really cool, and I really like it.
Do we all have to bow when we say your name? Is that one of the rules?
Yes.
Harvey, are we going to be cheering him on?
Yes.
Are we going to give him a high five if he crosses the finish line?
Yes.
Do we think he's going to cross the finish line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shall I give him a high five now?
Yes.
Yeah.
High five. Good luck, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harvey.
Thank you.
Harvey, a real star there. Our VIP for the day. And he'll be certainly giving Steve a bit of stick if he comes home looking a little bit less than fresh and tired at the end. A great friendship there.
And backed by his football club as well, Millwall FC. So I'm sure he loves that as well, that they're supporting him. The guys down there in the den will be cheering him on, I'm sure, as well, and wishing him the best of luck for his brilliant day out that he's got ahead of him.
This is still a fairly good standard that these men and women are running. I love in the background there 1854, the old school British colours, red, white and blue. It reminds me when I used to watch the likes of Cohen Cram in 1980, and they had the plain white singlets with the blue, red and white stripe. Absolutely superb.
And there we go, lots of people cheering on around the course, because the event organisers, they really place a big emphasis on entertainment and engagement, and for the spectators to have just as much fun as the athletes do. And there's St Paul's, and the organiser there said that's his favourite place to run around. Mine as well, Rob. I absolutely love it. Going across Millennium Bridge and seeing that on a run is just beautiful.
Well, just a couple of quick facts on St Paul's. Built by Sir Christopher Wren. Apparently, if you go into St Paul's, I can't remember having specifically done this. You go into St Paul's and you go up to his gravestone. It says on it, if you seek his monument, look around you, which is really nice. He died in 1723. And St Paul's, I didn't know this either, first built in 604, has been built and rebuilt 5 times and was miraculously untouched in the Second World War and became a symbol of British hope and solidarity in wartime peace. Just for the wartime resistance, and just at the end of the war, thousands of people gathered outside St Paul's because it is built on the highest point in the city of London, and it became an iconic representation of Britain having survived World War II. So it's very, very high in the public's consciousness and affection. If you can have an affection for a building, people do have that for St Paul's.
Rob does now as well, so if you want a history lesson as well in London, this is the place to be. Come and join us, or stay with us all the time on Facebook here, because we're going to have a history lesson of London from Rob Walker, and you can watch some great runners as well. And there we go, another wave has gone off. So this is wave number 5, I believe it is. So here we go. They are starting there, 8 minutes in between every wave here. And these guys are now joining the 4 waves before them on the course out here.
This is the Sunshine Wave. We've got, you may not be able to hear it clearly, Walking on Sunshine, and then their second tune, Sun is Shining, Bob Marley. Now that is a song. Loads of messages on Twitter, just to read out a few. One from Luma Zatani. Good luck to anybody running the London Landmarks half today. We'll be cheering you every step of the way, and it looks like Luma is connected to cancer research. Huge numbers of Alzheimer's Research UK, one of a massive number of cheer stations, and it does make a difference. Those of you who've run a 10 or a half or a marathon, it really does help when you get a great reception. And I'm sure you did this when you've run the London, because I've always done this. Name on the vest. Just even if you know the person calling your name doesn't actually know who you are and they're a stranger, if you're going through a bad patch, hearing someone call out your name whilst they're looking at you really can help to pull you through a tough couple of miles. So I'm just looking out to see how many people have written their names on their vests. More than a few, because it's a really simple bit of advice that you're given when you run a distance race for the first time. But my goodness me, it really does help.
Most people, for me, used to always say, why were your pictures during the London Marathon or a half marathon, why are they always so happy? And I used to reply saying, well, it's because everyone was cheering my name, because I'd put it on my vest so big that everyone would know to call out Rachel. And so I would feel I had to acknowledge everybody as well, which maybe isn't the greatest thing to do if you're trying to get a time. But sometimes, especially in a race like this, you're not going for a time. You're just going for the experience. So you do stop and thank everybody for just cheering out, and it does give you an absolutely big boost. And there's another one of our great charities, the British Heart Foundation there. So we had mentioned there's 180 charities.
And there's Leah cheering on her event. I guess all of her stress, you would hope, is done in the lead up to the day, and then she's just there, hopefully, to enjoy watching the fruits of her labour. Meanwhile, the tweets are coming in thick and fast.
And I guess if she reads these later, she'll realise just how much everyone's enjoying it. So Tracy Cotton there, so proud to continue to support this wonderful charity. And continue to do so in memory of everybody who's out there today. And then you've got the London cheerleaders. We saw a glimpse of them a bit earlier on. Well, some cheerleaders anyway. The London Landmark Half Marathon there is such a great event. And then we have Build Africa, ready for the London Landmark Half Marathon 2019. Every mile they run will help children across rural Africa go to school. And Rhonda Harrison. Good luck, Jenny, Jeffrey, JP and Rob running the half marathon today in memory of Jen and JP's dad, who passed away last year. So everyone is running for different causes, some in memory of other people, some loved ones they may have lost, and some to raise money for charity, and some just to test themselves. But yeah, as Rob was saying, I'm sure Leah, actually after this event at midday, will go home, have something to eat, and have a nice alcoholic drink, and put her feet up. And I would, if I was her, go through the tweets and just be quite proud of all the people with such positive messages of support for this event, because there are so many. And I'm just having a quick look on Twitter as well. Rob and I are doing that throughout the morning, and we have some Spice Girls as well cheering on. We've got I don't know, minus. We've got the Spice Girls minus Victoria and Mel C. Okay, so we've got 3 of the Spice Girls. They've tweeted a picture, and they are running for MenCap. And so that is a charity supporting people with their learning disability. So people are tweeting their pictures out throughout the morning to us, and we're going to read a few out. But it's great to see some photos as well, because I'm just going to like them and give them a shout out. Lots of children as well supporting maybe their parents, maybe their friends out on the course.
Well, earlier on, we had a glimpse of the Landmark runners setting out on the start of their emotional 13.1 mile journey. They ran last year, and Radzi just managed to catch up with them before they headed off in their very recognisable costumes.
Well, I'm joined by people that you will not miss today. Matt, who do we have here and what are they?
We are 6 London landmarks, as you can see. So we have the Gherkin, St Paul's, the Shard, Big Ben, the London Eye and the Cheese Grater. Now, really there is a trick that's been missed. Ben should be the Big Ben. He probably should be, but it's actually being worn by the brother of Sam Sananas, who wore the costume in 2012 for the London Marathon. So he's unfortunately, Sam passed away 2 years ago. His sister ran in it last year, and his brother's running in it this year. So as good as the opportunity was for a Big Ben to be wearing Big Ben is actually the London Eye. It obviously means an awful lot to you. How much money are you hoping to raise? Last year we absolutely smashed it with over £20,000. We're hoping to do the same again this year. And what's the challenge of running in an outfit like this? There are several challenges. I get quite a few strange comments because of the way my particular outfit looks. It's easily mistaken for something else. They're pretty light, they're latex, so they're not too bad to run in. You do get a bit warm. It's really just about bumping into people. And last year the London Eye cleaned out one of the water stations. That's an error. That's a hazard to health. It was a hazard to all of the other runners, but unfortunately it's absolutely enormous. It's about 5 foot wide. It's not easy to get round. Of all the mascots, this is genuinely my favourite I have seen. Saw you guys last year, seeing you again this year. All the very best luck to you on the finish line. Thank you very much. We'll see you at the end.
Well, Matt was very polite about the chafing issues that no doubt he's going to experience, but what a fantastic way to remember their friend Sam Soames, who died in 2017, a year before his 40th birthday, continuing his passion for running on the streets of this great city. So many emotional reasons for running, and they're turning their day, I'm sure, into a very positive journey round the streets. Another one of the themed cheer stations. And Rachel, you were mentioning about Leah going home and reading the tweets. I think she might go for a drink first of all, because when looking over all that's included in this great interactive day for the friends and the family. Every runner who finishes, should they so choose, can have a free glass of Prosecco, or if they are monk-like in their abstinence during Lent, they can have a mocktail instead. I reckon she'll be in one of those bars, having something nice and cold and fizzy to chat with some of the 13,000 runners and all the volunteers and all the helpers who are out and about making this such an all-encompassing day. A couple of other tweets I just wanted to mention. We saw earlier one referencing a charity helping those in rural Africa. There's a global feel to this event and all the fundraising. Tara Jane O'Reilly sends out a tweet saying, hello, a big shout out to everybody raising money for PBI UK. I haven't heard of that one, but she goes on to clarify, PBI supports human rights defenders at risk in countries across the world like Mexico and Honduras. You can contribute a few quid. And Motor Neurone Disease Scotland have said, give a shout out please to our 16 amazing fundraisers who are taking on London Landmarks Half Marathon today to help fight the battle against motor neurone disease, a highly emotive subject. And Motor Neurone Disease Scotland have been greatly assisted by the legendary Scotland number 5, Doddy Weir, who I'd lost track of how much money he's raised. He's been a huge talismanic figure for Scottish rugby and is continuing to be a talismanic figure in the battle and his battle against motor neurone disease. There have been some great moments for him and his family at various matches, Autumn Internationals and Six Nations. So Motor Neurone Disease Scotland have made the long journey south to compete here in the capital, and we are delighted to hear their tweet. If you're able to watch this output, or you've got a friend you're following on social media, do send us these messages. We will keep reading them out. These are the really important elements of this great race. It's about the costumes and it's about the fun, but it's also about helping those of you who are out there running and supporting spread the message for causes that are very close to you. Plenty of time on air. British Heart Foundation, get in touch with us. Motor Neurone Disease, get in touch. Guide Dogs, Just Giving, Mencap, of course Tommy's, for whom this event is so important and something they're so proud of. Get in touch with us. We will read out your messages. Now, a he or a she, it's so hard to tell when they're that young. I suspect he or she will be asleep very shortly. Are those eyes beginning to close? I think he hopes so.
Very shortly, I'm sure. And Rob, you just mentioned a couple of messages of support, and I wanted actually to read out a part of a poem that I actually found by Maria, who is running, and she says, tomorrow I am running, and she is ready. And she kind of wrote a little poem. I'm just going to read out a little bit of it, and this is for Alzheimer's Research UK. And it looks like she's running for somebody that obviously has dementia or lost the fight for dementia, because she writes in her poem here, Maria, you are fighting to raise me, to spoil me. You are fighting to give me a life you didn't have, to give me a future you cannot have, because dementia picked you and you are fighting to live. And so I'm running. I am running to pick on dementia because it picked you. I'm running. I'm fighting like you to live. And Maria wrote that yesterday, the 23rd of March. She's running the London Landmarks Half Marathon today for somebody who clearly suffers from dementia. So she's running for Alzheimer's Research UK. And I thought that was a great little message of support there. A poem that she wrote and posted on social media for us.
Well, lots of different ways people are highlighting their various causes. The Postal Pass celebration. This is part of our quirky and our hidden, celebrating the London Postal Service. My granddad proudly served them as a postman in the capital for 26 years, having walked from Ebervale to London to find work because he didn't want to be a miner. So in our house we always tip our cap to the post office. And meanwhile, you just read out that very emotional poem written by the lady supporting Alzheimer's. This is such a massive occasion for Tommy's, and I'm sure their fundraising director is delighted, if a little tired, by the build-up to this great day. Radzi managed to catch up with her a little earlier before the waves of runners began their journey.
Well, I am joined by the Tommy's fundraising director, Caroline. Caroline, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Very excited to be here this morning.
I said the word fundraising. You're all about the money. How much money did you raise last year at the inaugural event?
At the inaugural event for Tommy's, we raised over £1 million. It was fantastic.
That really is an off-the-charts number. What about this year?
This year, we're actually planning on raising more than £1 million. We have over 400 runners more than last year. So who knows, we could get to 2.
That would be incredible. And what impact would that have for all the people that are affected by Tommy's?
It would make an incredible difference to really further the research we're doing here at Tommy's into the prevention of stillbirth, miscarriage and premature birth, and providing parents with really vital information to empower them to help prevent baby loss. We're also planning on opening a new centre in the next year at Tommy's to really make a big impact across the country for every parent.
And for anyone watching this that wants to give perhaps to Tommy's, how can they get in touch?
Sure, they can go online to our website or they can donate via Facebook. Our website address is tommys.org.
Thank you very much, Caroline. Have an amazing day.
Thank you.
So £1 million for Tommy's last year, but just to clarify and reiterate, that was part of £4.99 million raised overall. So Tommy's doing a great job for themselves, but also giving a whole host of other charities the platforms from which to have a huge amount of fundraising. And if you work for a charity, there's another one of our bands, the community choir.
There's a Sing Swell community choir. They're based at mile 1.5 there on Fleet Street. And they'll be singing some pop songs, soul songs, Motown classics, movie hits and musicals. So they have it all in their locker to belt out for those people who are just starting the half marathon, because as I said, they're based at just 1.5 miles. And that was it. I used to love listening to all the bands, and it surprises me when you see people running with headphones in, especially on an event like this when there's so many different bands and DJs and performers based around the course. Why wouldn't they want to listen to that opposed to what's going on in their headphones, unless they've got something on which is quite repetitive and metronomic, which kind of helps them through, which they've been training to. Because I know someone who actually used to train and race to one of those little metronomic kind of clocks that you'd use in a piano. I can't quite remember what they were called, but used to base his running pattern on the ticking of a clock, which I thought was quite unusual. But I would much prefer to be listening to whatever was going on around the course and making some friends as well. Here we go, we've got a piano, a keyboard player, should I say, on the course there, just providing some accompaniment to this band. Which looks like it's from...
Yeah, from the post office.
Yeah, Royal Mail there on their tops.
Right, let's hear what they've got to give them a minute to shine. Rousing music there from the post office, just around about the 6 mile marker. Still quite well spread out. Back at the starts, there's only one wave left to go. The Diamonds will be heading out onto the course any second now. Getting a little warmer here in the capital. The weather is absolutely perfect. It remains the case.
Mentioned that everyone was picking their songs to start off to, and we're not going to show you the Diamond start, but they picked Diamonds by Rihanna, obviously, of course they did, and then we weren't really sure why they picked Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson. We weren't quite sure why that fitted, but it is a great song all together anyway.
Just a superb tune, and that number plate is legendary. I wonder if that actually exists and the post office own that, or whether they've just dummied it for today. It's great. Pat 1, love that.
They had a postman, Pat, and his cat on top of the car there as well, if you noticed that in shot.
Well, I just got a glimpse of a couple of the landmarks. Now, there may be additional one-off landmarks. I wasn't sure whether the 6 are running together or whether they decided that, look, if you feel good, just go. But anyway, a couple of landmarks just went through shot.
There they go. There we have it. You might have just saw it in the corner of the shot. Now you see it in all its glory there. Postman Pat and his little black and white cat.
Hey,
Everyone
listen,
know that.
don't knock Postman Pat. In our house, if the day happens to start particularly early, CBeebies is on, and so is Postman Pat's. It's a theme tune with which I have become familiar once again, many years after watching for my own benefit. But yeah, you can't beat a bit of Postman Pat.
Absolutely. And talking of CBeebies, so we have a former CBBC presenter running as well, don't we? Out on the course. He's one of the celebrities that is running today, and that is Kel Spellman. So he used to be on CBBC in the broom cupboard with Hacker the dog, that little puppeteer character which is well known on CBBC. He's running today. We might catch a glimpse of him. He ran last year as well, and he's hoping for 2.5 hours to 2:45. So we'll see if we can catch up with some more celebrities a little bit later on.
Well, we'll be keeping a close eye on how they fare. I suspect that the likes of Jake Quickenden might not be running the middle part of the race as quickly as he did the first 100 metres. I don't know whether he was live on Snapchat or something, or whether he was just taking a video for posterity, but he went racing off at the start. And I tell you what, Radzie's been earning his money at the start, because before it began, he caught up with what we're calling the group of Master Bakers. Let's hear how they were feeling before the big start.
Well, I'm joined by the Master Bakers. Whee! Jack, who do we have here?
We're Team Master Bakers. We've got Ruby, Anthony, Billy, Manon, and I'm Jack. We're running for Cancer Research UK today.
When we say Master Bakers, we think about cakes. Have we sort of reduced the cakes and increased the training?
No, if anything, we've increased the cakes. Along with the training, yeah. So there's a lot of food and a lot of training. Well, there's been a little bit of training. There's not been a lot of training.
So what's going to be the perfect cake to have post-race?
Oh, banana bread. I think something with bananas, peanut butter, yeah, or, you know, a beer and a burger. I mean...
Now here comes a controversial question. Banana bread, who'd make the best one?
Well, definitely not me or Billy. It's one of these three over here, for sure.
And what time are we hoping for today?
Well, I was hoping for sub-2, but then I got injured. So if I could do sub-2 now, I'll still be really, really happy.
Is this an excuse I'm hearing? Do I get the
No,
impression?
I hope not. I hope not. I think Billy's going for 1:30.
1:40.
1:40.
So we're not running all together. We're running individually.
We're going to start together and then, like, you know, dissipate.
So they say a team that starts together finishes separately.
That's completely right. Hopefully we all finish.
Guys, all the very best of luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, I hope they've got that much enthusiasm when they see Radzi at the finish. We wait to see.
Well, he just said there, didn't he? Have you kind of decreased the cakes and upped the training? Well, I'm not sure they have, because one of the great British Bake Off guys there, Anthony, said he's probably only really trained for a 5K, not the half marathon. So maybe struggling a little bit out on the course today. 5K, yeah, you've got a few more K to go there, Anthony. But, you know, you've got your support around. You've got 4 guys there to help you through. So let's see how hashtag Team Master Bakers gets on. So if you want to give them some support, then that is the hashtag they are using to run today.
Well, there's a tweet from the current Chancellor. Good luck to all taking part raising money for brilliant charities in the London Landmarks Half Marathon. Pretty busy week in Westminster, so it's great that the politicians are taking note of this wonderful event, and their guide dogs, Rachel, one of the big supporters of this event.
Yeah, it's great that everyone is tweeting out the guide dogs there, and then we've got John Metcraft. Good luck to prostate UK runners in today's London Landmarks Half Marathon, helping to beat prostate cancer, because that is the point of this half marathon. Everything's going to charity. Becky Hewitt there. Look at all the brilliant people supporting so many awesome charities today. Yes, they are. And Jill D. Dromey. Go Caroline Dromey, running with Team Bliss. We're going to passing Somerset House there, just the left-hand side of your picture. Another great landmark there. If you go up there in the summer, well, in the winter they had the ice skating, don't they? In the summer, they have a great terrace out there, Tom's Terrace. Sheila Wells, good luck to everybody taking part, and well done to everybody raising money for such brilliant charities. You are true diamonds. Indeed, they are, and diamonds obviously one of the waves, one of the names of the waves going off today, and they were one of the final waves to go off.
Yes, everybody who is competing is now on the course, and although it's not really about winning, there they are. Everyone is now out, very much enjoying the mid-morning sunshine, 10:25. It is an absolutely glorious day. It won't be too long before we have our first few finishers trickling across the line. They'll come in ones and twos to start with, because those out there at the moment from the lightning wave will be pretty quick. So many tweets coming in. Find them yourselves. You just go on to London Landmarks Twitter page and click latest. There are dozens of messages coming in every minute. Allergy UK, we're here cheering on all the runners raising money for us. Gabriella Salazar, no relation to Alberto, I don't think, saying, go on, Dan Bastille, London Landmarks Half Marathon. DJ Scott, aka S. Ronan, almost time for the London Landmarks Half. He tweeted this just before beginning. I'd like to thank everybody who sponsored me, giving me training tips, best wishes and support. Please help me raise a few more quid. And my old running club, special, it says here, Hospice Challenge events. Special shout out to Decorum and Tring. We love your support. Paul Dickinson, huge member of Decorum and Tring, part of the BBC commentary team for many years, and a two-time Olympic competitor in the hammer in 76 in Montreal and Moscow in 1980. You get Dicko over a glass of red wine and he will wax lyrical about some great stories from the old days. And the Lullaby Trust, great picture of them, decked out in yellow with a whole arch of yellow balloons on their Twitter picture. Thank you to everybody raising money for Team Lullaby. Your support means a great deal. They go on and on and on. There's a lot of warmth for this event, despite the fact that it's only in its second year. Momentum is with it though, Rach. 10,000 last year to 13,000 this year. And they've upped the number of charities they've helped from 102 to 180. As we get our first glimpse of London Eye in the background with Big Ben. We're biased. You live in London. I used to live in London. One of the great cities of the world, and days like today really do prove that.
Oh, but if you're out running this morning, I didn't actually get to go and run this morning because we had a pretty early call time here, so we can just talk you guys through this one. But it's one of the best cities in the world to run around, and these guys are getting to witness it this morning, racing around here in the blue sky as well. Doesn't look like there's a cloud in the sky there, going past St. Paul's just in the picture behind you there. So everyone is out on the course already, so that means they have passed Nelson's Column. I think everyone's probably gone past Nelson's Column, which is the first big landmark on the map, which means they've also gone past the bowler hat send-off, and we are starting with the bowler hat send-off. They were on the start line, and because the bowler hat was created for Edward Coke, the younger brother of the second Earl of Leicester, in 1849, and it was designed by London hat makers Thomas and William Bowlers. And the design was basically for a piece of headgear that could be worn by gamekeepers to protect their head from branches whilst they're out riding. So everyone's kind of gone past that bit of the course so far, and that was the quirky and the hidden. And everyone's probably gone past the smallest police station as well. That was at 0.5 miles on the course. So if they started at 18 minutes past the last wave, which was a diamond wave, they'd have gone past those two quirky and hidden points on the course. But they've got many more to come throughout the course, and we want to see as well, if you go past any of these quirky points, we want to see you posting about them. Obviously we're reading out messages of support. We'd also like to see some pictures from the quirky and hidden, so just use that hashtag LLHM2019. We want to see your pictures, what you go past, what you see on your journey, what you learn, because it's about learning about your city, about London.
And the irony about living in London is that you don't allow yourself the time to visit so many great landmarks. It's only when you move out you suddenly think, hang on a minute, I lived there for X number of years and never actually saw the great stuff that was on our doorstep. Anyway, A wonderful all-encompassing experience there, and Nelson oversees everything. Now, Radzi's been grabbing people at the start line. Who's our latest interview?
Well, I'm back with race director Leah. Now, Leah, this event is incredible for many reasons. One of that is the money that it's raised. How much has it raised?
Well, Radzi, the goal was to raise £6 million for 180 charities. I can tell you today the grand total stands at £6,085,000.
Wow.
I know, so we've beaten our target already, and I actually think we're going to go on to raise £7 million.
Now, I know the reason that things like targets get smashed is because of teams behind the scenes. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Absolutely. I'd love to thank the City of London Corporation and Westminster City Council for allowing this race to take place and for closing our roads. Thank you so much. I'd also love to say thank you to TfL, the emergency services, and all of our wonderful partners, Equinox, London Hospitality Services, Human Race, Eat Natural, Lucasade Sport, Bar Salsa Temple, Cafe Nero, Centurion Running and Outdoor Plus. We have got so many brilliant partners, and thank you so much. This race wouldn't be possible without you.
Well, that was brilliantly done by Leah. Lucasade providing loads of bottles around the course at feed stations 2, 4 and the finish line. She's mentioned Eat Natural there because they've provided their flapjack bars at the finish. Cafe Nero are providing a free coffee for all runners and one coffee to share for friends and family members. Centurion Running mentioned there, you may have seen, as is always the case now, and there's a pacer going through now, just waving, just looking to see, 2:30 I think. He's one of a number of pacers. They have provided 30 across 7 waves. Where's Wally? Oh, it's Where's Sally? Yeah, love what they've done there. Centurion Running pace team, 30 paces across 7 waves for people trying to achieve anywhere from 80 minutes to 120. That's the club runners equivalent of the sub 3 hour marathon, beating 80 minutes, all the way up to 4 hours. London Hospitality Services have helped provide hotel rooms at a much discounted rate for those taking part. The Salsa Temple and Soho bars are the ones providing the free Prosecco. And if we see people speeding up towards the end, Rachel, this would be something I think would appeal to you. It's so clever the way technology is woven into these races now. There is a Strava final mile challenge where basically if you're into Strava, I guess it's you could jog 12 miles and then absolutely blast the last mile and you could win the 13th mile of the half marathon. So there's a Strava final mile challenge. So Leah expertly there, thanking so many different companies and so many sets of people who have helped Tommy's turn this second edition into a record-breaking fundraiser. And she said we're already over 6 and we might well tickle 7 by the end of the day. They've got to be happy with that.
Well, we hope they do. We're keeping an eye on that and letting you know exactly how much is raised. But just a word there on Strava, Rob. I'm currently injured at the moment, but Strava, if you don't know, you can download the app and you can go on it and you can just track your mileage, track your training. And at the moment, because I'm not running much, I keep waking up to notifications from Strava saying someone's broken my record on a certain point where I run around in London, which is not great to hear when you wake up.
Yeah, Strava is, I haven't got into that, but people who do say it's absolutely fantastic. There's the Roman reception, the Roman reenactment company. I remember them from last year. And in addition to gladiator fighting and centurion drills, they're going to give an insight. You just saw some of the torture tools there, an insight into Roman crime and punishment. So anybody with children, there's a real educational journey to go on over the course of the morning. Well, we're rattling on, aren't we? It's already 10:30.
Wow. What's
Time goes so quickly running past the City of London Guildhall. Still nice and spread out here, so these are good runners. They haven't just turned up to wing it on the day. There's been some decent training in there. Oh, I like the guy that sun's out, guns out there on his drum. He's got the gladiator helmet under his arm. So you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of those guys. The Make-A-Wish Foundation, absolutely brilliant charity, making their presence felt. And the tweets just keep on coming. Scared? We can do this. Yes, of course you can, Karen. I wonder if people are tweeting while they're actually going round. Well done to Jen Tomlin and Alice Milliken, Sarah Bull. That one from Richard Easterbrook. So many poignant reasons for running.
You just mentioned that Make-A-Wish charity there. My sister, she's a volunteer for them back in Norfolk, and they obviously help terminally ill children fulfill maybe a final wish, whatever they might have. So it could be a trip to Disneyland, it could be going to meet their famous celebrity, maybe their favourite celebrity, or go to a football game, anything they dream of. Make-A-Wish, they try and make that happen. It's a great charity, one that I've supported throughout the years myself. But as we mentioned as well, there's so much to do off the course, and I'm just going to draw your attention to something if you want to win some prizes. So we have the City Selfie Challenge. So if you go on the app, that's quite good. If you're not running and you're watching or you're listening, go on the app, which is the London Landmarks Half Marathon app. Just type in LLHM and it will download easily in the App Store. And it just basically is pretty simple as take a few selfies. So it says, fancy yourself as a bit of a Sherlock Holmes. So what have you got then? Then why not grab your family or friends and take on our photo challenge? And all you've got to do is solve some clues and then visit the locations of those clues and take some selfies with them for your chance to win some prizes. So the prizes are a stay in the Apex Hotel in London, and then an all-you-can-eat afternoon at the street pizza. So you have to do visit 5 locations, post your photos along with the hashtag LLHM City Challenge, or put them onto the London Landmarks Half Marathon Facebook page to submit your entry. And so you have to answer 5 questions, and they're on there as well. They're on the app. And one of the questions, the first question is, Rob, I'm going to ask it to you. You might not know it, but I'm going to ask you it anyway. This medieval hall is the heart of the city of London, the home of giants, and witnessed the trial of a queen. What landmark is it? Where should they go to take a picture? I'm not going to give you, obviously, the answer because you've got to find it for yourselves. But there are 5 clues like that. And so you answer the clue, and you have to go to that location, take a selfie, upload 5 selfies, all answering the 5 clues for your chance to win an overnight stay at the Apex City of London Hotel, plus bottomless pizza for 4 at Bread Street Kitchen. Quite a good prize, but quite a tricky question, or quite a tricky 5 questions to answer there. 5 tricky clues.
Yeah, I must admit I'm struggling with that first one, so I'll leave that to those families and friends out on the course. But another great initiative, because they said, as we wait for the first finisher to come round the corner, this is about an all-encompassing experience. One of the overriding aims for this event is engagement for spectators and providing runners with a spectacular and interesting route. And there certainly is there. There's proof at mile 5. A touch of the Rio Carnival coming to the streets of London at 10:30 on a Sunday morning. Well, if you went out for a fairly late one that ended up into an early one and you were tottering back home now, you might be wondering what on earth's going on. Here comes our first finisher. An absolutely brilliant sprint from one of the lightning waves, well named 2512. We will bring you his details as soon as we can. That was absolutely metronomic.
That's under about 70 minutes as well, so that is quick running. I'm going to put his 2512.
How was the run?
At the time.
In fact, if it's okay, Jamal, the winner of the London Landmarks Half Marathon 2019. How are you feeling?
That was good, very good today.
And what time did you run?
No looking time.
You were so focused on a good time, you almost didn't get a chance to see it, but it says new record on your watch.
Yeah.
So you're a happy man.
Thank you very much.
And the atmosphere, with the crowd clapping you and applauding you.
Yes.
Well, good. And where are you running next? What's next for you?
First, Oxford, half marathon, Oxford.
Okay.
Yeah, second. 1:09.
1 hour and 9 minutes.
09.
Well, that is a fantastic time. I'll tell you what, and that is got to be some kind of London Landmarks half marathon record. So thank you very much, Jamal. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Well, maybe get a good training run in ahead of a forthcoming spring marathon.
We go, they're going around the Guildhall Art Gallery is in the background just there. It looks like we're in a different country, Rob. It's not that often that we get the blue skies like this. It looks like you could be in some kind of Spanish European city with the pictures on the screen at the moment.
It is gorgeous, and it was nice a moment or so ago. I could see one of our younger spectators having a chat with the one of the Roman gladiators as the Carnival Kings and Queens keep the high fives and the encouragement going at mile 5. Long way to go at 5. Go Nancy in the background. It's always good to see the banners. I saw a Saracens rugby flag fluttering down by the Thames a little earlier. It's always good to see the pockets of people and the rugby clubs, football clubs, friendship groups. There's a lot of ingenuity to the costumes, especially here at the Guildhall. All the different ways people make their presence felt along the side of the course.
Exactly, they do. I'm going to read out a couple more tweets now from Cancer Research UK. One of the charities out on the course today. Our volunteers are helping our runners cross the finish line, and if you have a look at the pictures they are putting up, they've got so many supporters all dressed in blue with the blue foam hands there waving and cheering on. And I know as well, when you're running for a charity, you want to get to whatever mile your cheer station is looking pretty relaxed, or if you're not relaxed at that stage, it gives you that bit of a boost when you go past the charity you're running for. They're all cheering you on, they're supporting you, and it does give you that little extra motivation and boost. We've got Parkinson's UK there on the steel bands. They're performing as well as cheering on, dressed in the blue. Another one of our great charities. We've got Andy Burr. Good luck to the amazing staff from St Michael's Primary School running today for Tommy's, the main charity who came up with this great race. They're not just a charity, they decided that they were going to put this event on because there was no other half marathon that goes through the city of Westminster. So Tommy's obviously the founder, and they are a non-profit. They're putting the London Marathon on because of the non-profit organisation here today. Harry Potter Party, here we go. So the Harry Potter Party at mile 4.4 and 6.4 there. And Gringotts Bank, everyone should have passed that, was at the top of mile 1.5. I think they were going to go past Gringotts Bank, the Australia House. That was the Gringotts Visiting Bank in Harry Potter at 1.5 miles there.
Well, the Harry Potter experience is huge. I've only read one of the books, I've never seen the films, but if you're into Harry Potter, there's plenty to amuse. That, I'm reliably informed, is a 12-foot replica of the Tri-Wizard Cup. And the spectators can also enjoy a Quidditch display, film props, bats, bludgers, a snitch and an outfit. I'm sure that means a great deal to those who have watched the films, but that is the 12-foot replica of the Tri-Wizard Cup connected to Harry Potter. And once at King's Cross, I did have a tourist come up to me and ask me where, whatever that platform is, 9.5 or something.
Three quarters.
I thought they were joking, but there is a platform 9 3/4. So
it is indeed.
Harry Potter, a huge part of what's happening today. Right, well, before we have thousands of people storming across the finish line, Radzi has been there, and this is what awaits those like runner 143 who make it to the finish in one piece, ready to collect their little bit of hardware to take home.
Well, behind me here, we've got thousands of medals which are being laid out. Thousands of medals will all be handed out to every single finisher. Now let's take a look at them because they are gorgeous. We have the St Paul's Dome, but inside the medal, I don't know how they've managed to do this. They've actually carved out the route that the runners will be going on. but beneath it is a rectangle, and that's important because in 10 of those medals, there will be a prize awarded to a lucky recipient. It's basically like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and we're going to find out the person with a lucky golden ticket. But who's it going to be? We've got no idea.
Well, I really like that idea of the golden tickets. Just to give you, these are really good runners, by the way. We've already seen our winner Jamal coming home in 68.14. These are very, very good club runners. Yet another one of the bands united against dementia. That's one of the Monopoly specific cheer points for Alzheimer's. We've had a few pets along the side of the course. Just to give you an idea, these golden tickets, we got a 2-night stay at the Colby Hotel in Rome, or swap for London, 2-night stay at the King's Garden Hotel in Stockholm, 4 New Year's Eve tickets for Salsa Temple, exclusive fireworks access. We've got tickets to World Rugby Sevens, a package for Wimbledon, festival tickets for Reading Leeds, Latitude or Download, afternoon tea at the Monument. That is super. Imagine finishing the half marathon. You get your medal, you open it up, and it's not beyond the realms of possibility that some of the 13,000 runners might not even be aware of this golden ticket scenario. And yet, as the Romans keep waving at Guildhall, they open up their medal and suddenly find there's a huge bonus at the end of the day. It's a great initiative, and I loved Radzi's reference there to the Chocolate Factory. That's superb.
I love it. So 13 special prizes on offer today, but there are 13,000 runners, so there's not many special prizes, but there are going to be some, and we'll try and keep you up to date on exactly who wins what, with the British Heart Foundation there with their trumpets, and they're having a lot of fun dressed up, and they're back again. And we'll have their red tops on for the British Heart Foundation. They'll be celebrating the first modern flyover in London and recreating the royal procession that took place at its opening. Here we go, though. Lots of people racing through there and giving that little girl there a high five on her foam finger. But it's not about the fast runners, but we do have some that are pretty speedy, and we have the second place finisher for today is with Radzi.
Polpo, second place. Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed. Nice course, beautiful weather, all good. Yeah.
How are the crowds out there?
Amazing. Yeah, it's like as close as the London Marathon. It's, yeah. It's like much better than the big half, like 3 weeks ago. There's much more involvement, less wind, so probably this is why.
Perfect conditions. What time are you hoping for?
Any time, really. Like I'm preparing London Marathon. Last week I did like lots of gym weights. I was feeling like jacked this morning. Then the energy came out, so I'm very happy.
And where are you from in the world?
I'm from Italy.
And you come especially?
No, I've been living here for 10 years, yeah. I was running for today with my girlfriend. We had a baby 6 months ago. He was like premature, so we were supporting Tommy's. We got a race number for them, so yeah, thanks a lot to Tommy's.
Well, Polpo, massive congratulations, second place, well done, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, well done to him, and a timely note of thanks there to Tommy's. Tommy's are the UK's leading baby charity, and they exist to save babies' lives. Great to have a route master here, but just to clarify for you once again, Tommy's fund research to help prevent miscarriages, premature births and stillbirths. The rainbow element is because when families go on to have a successful birth and a child that comes through those early years, they're known as rainbow babies. So Tommy's have been helping families across London, and they've got a very important base in Manchester as well, doing brilliant work. So a classic example there from the great Italian runner coming across the line who's lived in Britain for 10 years. An example of the great work being done by Tommies, who have paved the way for a whole host of other charities, including the British Heart Foundation, to benefit from the exertions of 13,000 men and women out on the streets of London. In this, the only race that takes in Westminster and the City of London. So many people turning out to support and watch. Another one of the Alzheimer's supporters on the left there with those inflatable clappers. I'm loving the Rio Carnival action there outside the Route Master. It's brilliant. Seems to be a really popular one, this.
Well, I love how many people are celebrating and around on the street, and he said it was just as good as the London Marathon in terms of support. And if any of you have run the London Marathon before, that support is amazing, and obviously has triple the amount of runners and probably spectators. So for 50,000 people to be making as much noise as a London Marathon just shows how good an event is, and I want to run it myself.
Well, I'm sure you'll have an opportunity. Well, another person who has successfully completed the course, and even though we're not calling this an elite race, completes the podium, has got his breath back and is now with Radzi.
Dan, third across the finish line. You hardly look out of breath.
I am, trust me. I might look all right, but I felt that the crowd were amazing. Just couldn't go for so long. So good.
What are the sights like as you run around? Do you have a chance to actually drink all that in?
You get a glimpse every now and then, but when you're working as hard as I worked, it's tough. But no, it's good. It's good. It's a lovely marathon. Yeah, the organisation was excellent. I had a great time, and I'm chuffed.
When you came here, what were your ambitions? Was it about crossing the finish line? Oh, here we are. So you're being decorated by a Chelsea pensioner.
Very much, sir. And you?
What's your name, sir?
Tony.
Tony.
Thank you very much.
I saw you last year here, so yeah.
More, Tony, back for more.
Good man, Tony. Thank you.
Is this your first half here?
The first half here, yeah. Yeah. I've only done one half before, and I've just smashed my PB by over 6 minutes, so I'm absolutely chuffed with that. So yeah, no, it's good.
I'm genuinely the most composed top 3 finisher I think I've ever met in a half marathon race.
Thank you. I don't feel composed.
Dan, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Wow, broken his PB by 6 minutes in his second half marathon, and I love the cameo from Tony, the Chelsea pensioner, coming over to shake the hand of the man who finished third, and he remembered Radzi as well. MS Society UK, tweet out from them. They said, we're getting our cheer points ready. Join us in London. We're at mile 3 and mile 12, Somerset House and Waterloo Bridge. Do come along. Stephen Canning says, I'm running the London Landmarks half today, raising money for children in poverty.
I love that CRUK challengers have taken a picture of those mascots dressed as a London Landmarks half and says, these chaps definitely look the part. Well, they do indeed. We have obviously Big Ben, we have the Shard, we have the Cheese Grater, and we have St Paul's. There's 6 of them out there. There's also the London Eye as well, who we caught up with a little bit earlier, or Radzi did, and said he caused a bit of havoc last year on the course when he knocked over a water station. So let's hope he doesn't get into any mischief on the course today. That is the guy wearing the London Eye. But if you want to get in touch, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to read out some of your messages of support. Then you can get in touch by using the hashtag LLHM2019. That is the hashtag. And then you can pre-register if you're enjoying what you're seeing for the 2020 Landmark Half Marathon. You just go onto that website there on the screen, which is llhm.co.uk. Registration is already open and it's popular. It's very oversubscribed. I think we had 9,000 more people wanting to take part than they were allowed to have runners. There's 13,000 runners, 3,000 more than they had for the first time last year. So yeah, put your name down and you can be a part of this absolutely great half marathon.
Well, unprecedented surges in numbers, 10,000 last year, and there are 2 of the landmarks going round. Remember, they're running in memory of their great friend Sam, who ran the London Marathon with Matt Clare and Trevor Dowd, dressed as Big Ben. Samuel lost his life in 2017, and his 6 mates remembering him in the best way possible. They ran last year, they were part of the 10,000. This year they're part of the 13,000. 9 times oversubscribed the event. This year they've had to do it by ballot. So if you're liking this carnival atmosphere, this festival of colour and energy from the competitors and the supporters and the cheer stations around the course, sign up, go on to the London Landmarks website. It's llhm.co.uk/pre-register. 9 times oversubscribed this year. I rather suspect that might hit double figures for 2020. The big date, March the 29th, 2020.
It's just going to grow in popularity, an event like this, because it is so awesome, and you can hear from the people that are finishing there with Radzi how much they're enjoying it, even though it is hard work, because it is a half marathon, and those guys at the beginning there are running fast. 1 hour 8 minutes for the winner, and then 1 hour 14, and then 1 hour 14 again for second and third. But it's not just about running fast, it's about raising money. And who have we got coming through there? We have the 2 hour 30 pacer, and it is great to have a pacer as well, Rob, because if you don't really know, or you're not really used to running half marathons and you're not really sure what you should do, stick to a pacer and they'll get you there spot on the time, most of the time I'm going to say, but they're great at pacing, and that's what they do, and they can get you round to a PB or just a great time, whatever you're after.
Well, and one of the most, it's the Pearly Kings and Queens. Apparently, when the organisers got in touch with the 10,000 successful finishers last year, they all said they absolutely loved, not only, of course, the Chelsea pensioners, who we really respect and admire. Tony has already doorstopped Radzi's interview with the third place finisher. They love the Pearly Kings and Queens. But those, just going back to the pace teams, that's thanks to Centurion running. It's very, very hard to run a correct pace in a half marathon or a marathon. It's very, very easy to make the mistake of running too fast, too early. So erring on the side of caution and maybe sticking with a pace group that might be 10 minutes slower than your ideal time, you can always speed up towards the end. You don't want to be slowing down in the closing stages. So our thanks to Centurion Running for their 30 paces across the 7 waves, and it's not just the 4 hour efforts, the 2 hour 30, they go all the way down to 80 minutes, and already we've had our first 3 men, we've also had our first woman home. Excellent performance. Crowds really beginning to gather here at the finish to give everybody a great reception. Not only the 78, 79 minute finishers, but those who are going to take 4 hours. And here goes
the
Radzi.
Biggest smile in all of London. Catriona, how are you feeling?
A bit tired, yeah. Really tired. It got hot at the end. But a really good race, great support. The crowds are awesome. Yeah.
What were you hoping for time-wise today?
Well, I made a massive PB. I was hoping for 124. I got 123.12.
Awesome work.
Where
have you come from?
From Northwood, North London. Yeah.
I take it training's gone pretty well for this.
Yeah, it's the last race for London Marathon, so I hope to see you there. Right.
I'll look forward to it. Katerina, massive congratulations.
That's a really good run, 83 minutes. She's obviously in tremendous shape ahead of London. Off an 83, Catriona might be thinking sub 250? Sub 3,
Definitely
certainly.
sub 3. Definitely sub 3, depending on the weather, because she's got perfect conditions today. So if you can run around a 123 like she's just done, yeah, she'll be hoping to break that barrier. I reckon that's what she's got in mind. I wish actually Radji had asked that. Be like, come on girl, get a sub 3, and then you're in the 2% of people who toe the start of marathons who go sub 3. So 98% of people don't break sub 3. That's a fact for you there, Rob.
Well, the interesting thing about sub 3, it's changed enormously since the mid-1980s, because as far as London Marathon is concerned, in the mid-80s, if you were running sub 3, you were one of around about 3,500 to 4,000. 20 years later, in 2005, round about 1,000. The numbers of those running very, very fast are going down, but the good news is the volume of people running half marathons and deciding to get fit is rising exponentially. So there's just an interesting balance between inspiring club runners like the men and women finishing here, because these are all proper quality runners. They'll be doing some speed work. You don't just turn up and jog round 13.1 miles with that kind of speed at the finish. Whilst we want to encourage them, it is also about winning this battle of getting people who wouldn't necessarily run 13.1 miles off the sofa and on the streets at any pace. So it is interesting, the switch over from the volume of sub-3 runners going down, but vast increases in the number of people getting bitten by this distance running bug. And that's certainly what's happened here this year, from 10,000 runners up to 13.
I think things like the park run must help that, though. Everybody, well, a lot of my friends anyway, do the park run. I had a couple of mates who were doing it yesterday. You can do it in pretty much any park, or most parks in the country. My local one back in Norfolk would be the Blickling Hall Park Run, and then in London it'd be the Hampstead Heath one I've done before. I've done the Mile End one before, so that's the 5k free running race on a Saturday morning. It starts at 9 AM every single Saturday. It's made up of volunteers who go down there and help you try and get into running, and you get a real time. It goes in your power of 10 if you're into runners, and you've got a club vest. It will rank your time there, so you can see how fast you are going, and you can try and break that time or break your PB every single Saturday if you want. I'm sure, Robbie, you've run a couple of park runs in your time.
Very, very good initiative, free of charge. Anything that encourages people to get out and run 5k is great. The Terence Higgins Trust there, just getting a little mention in. The suffragette movement, Votes for Women outside New Scotland Yard. They're one of the historical activations around the course. Nancy Astor was the first female Member of Parliament, taking her seat in the House of Commons in 1919. Ada Summers, the first female Justice of the Peace, sworn in 1919. A few little historical nuggets there for the suffragette cheerleaders. Meanwhile, the Pearly Kings and Queens continue their great volunteering at the finish line. We're talking about the volunteers helping out at the park runs. Huge number of community groups involved this year. Chelsea Pensioners and the Pearly Kings and Queens at the finish line, but other groups that the organisers want to thank who are playing a big role in their volunteering, their assistance. Daughters of Penelope, a women's organisation that promotes education, philanthropy, civic responsibility and family and individual excellence. Membership groups like the Volunteer Police Cadets, Scouts groups, and a special interest community group, MIDI Music Company and the WAC Arts, showcasing their members' talents on the various performance stages, along with other musicians like the Drumworks Barbican. We've got 13,000 runners, we've got tens of thousands of spectators, and we have huge numbers of volunteers from all sorts of community groups that have been embraced by Tommies in their quest to make this an all-encompassing experience. So they're not only trying to make this memorable and informative for friends and family, not only are they trying to help 180 charities themselves and 179 others, they're also immersing themselves in the communities and the groups of volunteers who are based in the areas that they're running through. It is an all-encompassing experience. And that's why it's turned into such a successful second edition thus far.
Absolutely. And everybody is getting in touch with us on social media, and it just shows how well supported this event is as well, that it's gone on to Twitter, so I'll read a couple out for you now. Maddie Latham says, a very special young man, Freddie Latham, is running today with Grumpy Dad Nick, because Freddie has a learning disability, scoliosis, a rare genetic disorder, and no speech, amongst other challenges, but is running in support of Harpington Mencap. So inspirational. Absolutely is inspirational. Good luck there, Freddie and Grumpy Dad Nick. And let's go back to some old school, well, words of support as well. You know, it's not difficult, is it, to get a pen and paper out? Come on, Uncle Alan. There we go. He's just got a bit of cardboard, and he spent probably all of his Saturday there just getting his colouring pens and pencils out and making a great banner there.
I love the old school banners. That's the suffragette movement. That they're based at the 12.5 mile marker with the London Eye just in the background. Well done to Carol's son Rob. go Busy Birdie, dressed as a guide dog. Oh, we'll keep an eye out for her as she heads towards the finish. Anthony Nolan, very, very well supported charity at huge events all across the UK, raising over £2,000, part of the $6,085,000 that our organiser Leah told us is guaranteed. Remember, they're trying to tickle 7 million, which would be almost 12 million across the 2 editions so far. There's another £3 grand. A proud dad moment. Well done, Tom. Maybe they should have dogs competing next year. We've seen so many different types of canines here. I don't remember so many dogs being shown as part of our coverage 12 months ago. Get in touch with us, please. Hashtag LLHM2019. Keep those tweets and those mentions for friends and families and charities that you're proud of and passionate about. We'll give them all a mention. Bo Square has said our very own Adam is donning his trainers. You can donate to him. He's running for Make-A-Wish. It's a funny photo of him leaping to attention. British Heart Foundation, all of our runners are doing us proud, they said. Hashtag LLHM. And I'm just reading this. You can find this yourself if you want to read some of these inspirational messages. Just go onto Twitter, London Landmarks Half, click latest, and there are some lovely messages of support being written by all sorts of people. That reminds me of that great shot from Cool Hand Luke. What a film that was. Tell me you've seen Cool Hand Luke. Oh my goodness me, I'm
looking
showing
away
my
because
age.
I haven't seen it, Rob. I'm sorry.
Anybody over a certain age will know exactly the shot I'm talking about. That's brilliantly done by the director. Love that.
Here we go, back to some more of the runners taking part today. They're having a little bit of respite, having a little bit of a walk as well, because it is a chance just to take in some more of the sights and get a better look if you have just a little stroll instead of a little run. And it's I guess a point to note as well. There's quite a few pink signs. There's actually maybe one there which are indicating some of the quirky and hidden along the course, and that is a Tommy's sign there, but there are quite a few little pink signs dotted around which are drawing the runners' attention to the quirky and hidden around the city. And if you are running too fast, you're going to miss them, so it is worth maybe even running a little bit slower on a race like this to see them. And we've gone past a couple of them already, but there's a few facts dotted around on these signposts as well, like, for example, the fact about the Shard, which we have there. There's 11,000 glass panels that make up the Shard. You didn't know that, probably. You do now. So if you ever go up there for a little cocktail, it's great views of central London. I think you can see for about 40k, I think it said, across London and further afield. But 11,000 glass panels make up that incredible building in London.
And I didn't know the Shard is 95% owned by the state of Qatar.
Doesn't surprise me, though.
Naively, I assumed most of the buildings in London were owned by local companies. So 95% owned by the state of Qatar. Building started in 2009.
And
it's the tallest building in Europe, I'm reliably informed.
Yep, that makes sense. And then we've got a lady actually on Twitter as well, and she's got a Shard on her head as a bit of a headband, and she says it may be a bit wonky. I'm having a great day supporting Team Face Equality. It's such a great atmosphere. That was Julietta Driver with a headband of a wonky Shard on her head. Well, it's just because she's got her head on the wonk, so maybe it's not actually wonky. We've got Singology there at mile 7, led by Mark Delissa. He's a TV coach for The Voice and Let It Shine. So 2 television programmes, 2 great television programmes which unearth the next generation of singing talent on Prince Street.
That's the best one I've seen so far. Abby and Dan with Big Ben in the background. Let's hope your marriage will be easier than this. Well, some people, I'm going to sound a bit like Swiss Tony here, some people say that running a marathon or a half marathon is a bit like a marriage. You've got to put in all the training you can, but you've got to be prepared for anything, and you've got to remember it's a long journey. You don't win it in the first mile. Anyway, let's move on from that slightly dodgy analogy, best told over a couple of pints in a pub. But that's a great banner anyway. Abby and Dan, I'm sure they will be enjoying their experience. Anthony Nolan Events, looking strong, our team, with an emoji of the strong arm. You're smashing it. What a super sunny London Landmarks half marathon. They've got various pictures of all their athletes. MS Society, they've done the same, a quartet of photos on Twitter of high fives and celebrations of their runners. Applause, please, for all of our own. Huge numbers of people gathering round at the finish. There's Equinox. They've opened up a second gym quite close to the finish line of the race. Pall Mall, they've been a good supporter for Tommy's over the last 12 or 18 months. Just listen to the noise now being generated by the crowd, trying to cheer these men and women on, trying to get those who are walking back up onto running momentum. Great band there helping out the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The sun is shining and the journey has finished for many. Ramsey is down amongst the Pearly Kings and Queens and the Chelsea pensioners as the medals are continuing to be given out to our heroes and heroines who've successfully negotiated their journey through London on this unique experience over 13.1 miles.
Well, I'm here with the Head of Culture and Visitor Development Director, Nick Bodger. How are you, sir?
Oh, very well, thank you. Beautiful day.
In terms of your title, this could not personify it anymore in terms of what it does, brings culture, brings happiness, and brings an occasion to the City of London.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I was trying to think of two words that would describe today, and I think it's sunshine and joy. It's a great way to see London, and this event is a celebration of London in all its glory. And just look at it, it's fantastic.
And it's also about the great icons, but also about sort of things like the hidden history that you otherwise wouldn't know about.
Oh yeah, in the City of London, which is of course where London began, we've got a number of historical activations. There's a Roman activation, and the Romans came over in AD 50 and set up in the city, and we've got gladiator fights and gladiatorial combat and a lot of stuff happening around there. Dr. Johnson, who wrote the first ever English dictionary, there's a whole load of wordsmithery going on around Dr. Johnson's house. We've also got Bow Bells ringing, which is from Oranges and Lemons, the old nursery rhyme, and we got Harry Potter in the city as well. Daniel Radcliffe, of course, went to City of London School. Not really historical yet, but in a few years' time.
Soon will be. The big question is, next year, Nick, will we see you taking off your rugby top and donning a running vest and getting stuck in?
Well, I'd love to. I'm certainly up for thinking about that.
Just like me, you sat on the fence.
Indeed, indeed.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for your time.
Well, what a passionate, eloquent man Nick is. He dodged the direct question about whether he's competing next year brilliantly. But that was a lovely summation. This event, he says, as Prostate Cancer UK, they've brought so much attention to the race in the most positive way. Nick just clarified there, this is about sunshine and it's about joy. I think London, you really get some people who don't live in London occasionally unfairly label it as an unfriendly city. I lived in London for 15 years. I think you never see a better side of London than you do on days like this. There's huge warmth, there's humour, there's humility. I think the capital shines on days like this, and events like this are like a little one-day version of what those of us living in London experienced in 2012 during the Olympic Games, because we had a 6-week window to the world, one in which we shone, not with cynicism and moans about the weather, but with joy and positivity about the world of sport. And I think days like this remind those of us who lived in London in 2012 of that amazing summer that we very much enjoyed. And it's hard to believe that was 7 years ago. So that was well said by Nick. It's a day of sunshine and it's a day of joy. And it certainly is there from the Rio Carnival delegation around about the 5-6 mile point. It's a great day and a great advert for this city.
And I think it's a day like this where if people are watching, they'll want to come and visit London as well, because it is being shown there in all its glory. There is the Shard in the back of shot just there, and that is one of the landmarks that you can come and visit. You can go up to the viewing platform for free, or you can go up to the top and eat in the restaurant and have a drink up there as well. But we mentioned that there was so much to see and do, and if you're not running it, maybe you are just coming down for the day to take part in one of 7 historical tours which are available for spectators, or you've got the 3 treasure hunts which are on offer today for the younger people who are watching. And yeah, in the back of shot there you can see St Mary Le Bow, that is the church there, and if you are born in earshot, it is said, of the Bow Bell church bells, then you are a true Cockney, so a true London resident if you are born by the sound of Bow Bells. And that is, as Nick mentioned there, quite historic, and it's got a nursery rhyme attached to it, and that is the Great Bells of Bow is the historic nursery rhyme which is attached to that. Yeah, there's quite a lot of famous people who are born by the sound of the Bow Bells. Harry Redknapp is one of them, I believe. A true Hackney resident he is. But the sound of the Bow Bells, actually, it's getting reduced, isn't it, because of the noise pollution in the city. So we want to reduce that so that more people can be born as true Cockney folk. And we got a bit of a disco going on there. Team Mencap.
Oh.
Go Team Mencap. And
SL2 on a ragger tip.
They've been tweeting out all morning. Mencap here saying, give us a wave, Nicola. And she is indeed in the picture they have posted. Absolutely loving it.
Choir helping out with Prostate Cancer UK, and isn't it fantastic? Yeah, they could be in bed having a lie, and it is, after all, just gone 11:15 in the morning. People who don't have kids could easily be forgiven for still being in bed or just rousing themselves for a fry-up or a pint. There's so many people contributing to the atmosphere here, thousands of them. It's not just those waving the banners there and waving the pom-poms and cheering on the runners. You've got bands, you've got those who'll be involved in the clean-up job afterwards. Here's a nice tweet. I didn't even know there was a company who did this. Liquid History Tours have got involved in sending their congratulations to everybody competing. Liquid History Tours offer quirky historical walks across to and from London's finest pubs. And they've sent a tweet saying, many, many congratulations to everybody running in the London Landmarks Half Marathon. We'll be cheering you on and toasting your endeavour from the comfort of at least 4 cracking pubs that this great capital city has to offer. So it's getting people talking, this event, and not just those who are running, those who are drinking in the capital as well. Well, it's 11:15. I mean, when that clock goes beyond 12, it's fairly legal and loose. Everybody works hard. You earn the right to have a couple of pints on a Sunday, and so too have some of the 13,000 or so finishers. I think they've moved on from SL2 on a ragger tip, but the Mencap Disco Volkswagen is still going. There's some brilliant dance moves going on there as well.
They have an inflatable air guitar, which I absolutely love, at the side of the picture. And they've got some tambourines out, and they've got a cowbell there. They're making all the noise. The Mencap Disco. Looks like a great little party going on down there. We'll get back to some of the choirs. This one being supported by Prostate Cancer UK. I'm just waiting to hear what their next song is. We've got some little children spectators who are dancing as well, having a bit of fun. Well, they were toe tapping, I'm going to say now. Maybe they're aware that the cameras are on them.
And blowing bubbles? Oh no, she's having a drink.
Having a little drink.
Blowing bubbles.
She's keeping hydrated. She isn't after the Lucozade, which is the official sports drink partner along the course today. She's probably got some water or some juice in there because it's only 11:20. It's still early. She's just waking up, but probably cheering on mum or dad or friend around the course and probably going, oh, I've had enough now. I've been watching for an hour and 20 minutes already, and just enough time to get a bit tiresome if you're a little child. There we go, like the inflatable crown that lady's wearing there.
It's a long day for those with children. They have done a really good job, the organisers, just to try and keep the children as entertained and interested as possible. Singology are still going strong. There's been a tweet from Alistair Lukey's CBE. He's the UK Prime Minister's ambassador for FinTech. He says, good luck to everybody raising money for some amazing charities this year in the London Landmarks Half Marathon. Well done. TfL, by the way, are putting out a whole stream of messages to keep everybody moving, to keep London moving. They seem to be enjoying the action here, but they've given out a very comprehensive list of roads that will be closed. Pierre Papé says he's filming today for kids. The charity works to give disabled children a brighter future in London. The sound of the bells as Maggies get involved in a little bit of cheerleading. They surely can't keep that going for another 2 or 3 hours, can they? They'll have to take it in turns like a relay.
Let's watch them. Let's see exactly how those guys are getting on. And I'd love to see how the mascots are getting on as well. I'm sure they are pretty hot and sweaty in their outfits, heading on around the course. And a couple of them are there for the long haul as well. A couple of the mascots are going out to run the entire half marathon, and some are just taking in a couple of miles at a time, which I would probably do if I was dressed as a bear or a heart for the British Heart Foundation. Here are a couple of the runners just out on the course.
Well, there are all sorts of people who are contributing to making this event such a great success, and I reckon one of the best jobs of all is handing out the medals at the finish, because you get to witness the smiles, the elation and the relief. And Radzi is with one of our very important volunteers doing just that very job.
Well, I'm joined by Paul. Paul, you're giving out many medals today. How are you, sir?
I'm great, thank you. Having a great day. His atmosphere is just terrific down here. The crowds, the noise, the music, the ambience, the whole thing, it's just a great experience. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, I'm glad that you are, but somebody that's the real star of the show is already having a selfie as we speak with one of the runners, and that is gorgeous Nola, who has its very own medal.
She does, yeah.
What is Nola? What breed's Nola?
She's a German Shepherd guide dog.
She really is gorgeous.
Yeah,
and what does she mean to you?
She's it's the difference between coping, especially in London, of how busy it is, to living life to the full, being independent. She really is. It makes a huge difference. And I've been working with her now for just over 3 years, and she really does open doors for me, really.
And so really she deserves the medal that she's wearing. She should have a medal all the time.
Exactly.
Well, Paul, there are many thousands more runners that would love to get a medal from you, so I won't stop you from your work. Thanks very much for your time.
No problem at all. Thank you.
Great to see Paul giving his time. And a little plug for guide dogs. They've got a cheer point here on the course, surprising runners with a burst of sensory experiences. They've got music, explosions of colour, smells, and it says high fives from some very special friends of the charity.
And Paul is just one of 200 plus young volunteers who will support the event. And these events couldn't be put on without the volunteers helping to hand out the medals or just provide support along the course. They are really needed to make these events happen. We've got 2:30 pacer there going round. Getting these guys around in 2 hours and 30 minutes. That'd be a great time, a great achievement. These guys were to run around this course in that amount of time. Got some little scouts and guides out there with all their badges, giving people high fives, and behind them you can see the Make-A-Wish charity. A couple more of our great choirs who are around the course, helping to give that little bit of extra motivation and boost.
They've done a good job, Singology. They might need a little glass of Prosecco or a throat pastel, maybe both, when most of the runners have finished. I mentioned a little earlier just how popular the Pearly Kings and Queens were with all the runners who finished 12 months ago, and I've got no doubt that being greeted by one of these legends is going to rank very high on the day's highlights for the 13,000 taking part this year, and Radzie's grabbed one of them at the finish.
Well, I'm with Linda, and I'll be frank, you're going to struggle to find a better outfit than what you're wearing, Linda. What are you doing today?
Well, we're Pearly Kings and Queens, and we're just here to support the charity. We have Pearly Kings and Queens that are running in the race as well, so we're here to support them.
Do we know how many buttons and sequins are on your dress?
Oh, I've lost count. I'll be honest. I can tell you it weighs about 2 stone.
So you're giving as much as the runners here today?
That's right, yeah. It's a great, we came last year, and obviously it's just such a fantastic event, and so many different charities are involved, and it's a really good day.
And what are people's reaction when they get a medal? And they're fantastic medals as well, having just run 13.1 miles.
Well, pretty exhausted actually, but I think it's nice to see our smiling faces when they come through the finish line. So,
well, Linda, I won't stop you anymore. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
2 stone. Her outfit weighs 2 stone. That is some heavy gear there. I can't imagine she'll be running around in that.
Well, and she mentioned there that there'll be Pearly Kings and Queens running. I wonder whether they are in costume or whether that would be too risky, because it would start falling apart. Great view here. Runner's perspective.
Yeah, look at the amount of people in front of them. And it's probably quite nice for them to be out running like this, because I'm sure most of their runs have taken place on their own, because running is quite a lonely sport, a lonely hobby. So for people to be out on the course with so many people around, I always find a half marathon or a marathon is a chance to make friends as well as just running, because you're probably running alongside somebody for a couple of hours and you can't help but turn around next door and go, what are you running for? Why are you running? And you get to know a bit about the people that you are running alongside, which I find such a great part of running one of these great events.
Well, there's a real sense of camaraderie, because if you've run, or you're getting ready to run 13.1 miles, you know that you've all gone through the same journey, and you've hurt. Tower of London, officially Her Majesty's Royal Palace, and the fortress of Tower of London occupies a 12-acre site.
That's mile 10 then on this course, the Tower of London. And one of the quirky and the hidden around Tower of London is the Billingsgate Roman bathhouse. So there's little signs just indicating some of the things you might not be familiar with, and once the race is finished you might want to go back and take more notice of things like the Billingsgate Roman bathhouse, which is right down there in mile 10.
Well, you know you're starting to get there when you come back past the Tower of London. Apparently the 6 ravens have to be maintained, or the old wives' tale is that our kingdom will fall. So people might laugh at that in the modern world, but we still have a ravens master, otherwise known as one of the yeoman warders, looking after the 6 ravens who remain at the tower. And by another little fact, which I didn't know when I researched the Tower of London, used as a prison until 1952. Now, we had 3 world record attempts as part of this great festival of distance running today. We've got one guy trying to get round as the fastest man or woman on crutches over a half marathon. Another, Pardit Minas, who produced the straitjacket record last year. He's going round as a mummy, but we also had the 30-year-old Steve Robinson aiming for the ribbon, the fastest cancer ribbon half marathon. Did he do it though? He's with Radzi.
Well, earlier in the day, you may remember I spoke to 2 people that were attempting world records. One was for the world's fastest half marathon dressed as a ribbon. Steve, how did you get on? Did you get the time you needed?
Amazing. Beat it by a long way, 1:49. So, world record holder.
World record holder, how are you feeling?
Over the moon, absolutely over the moon. It's fastest I've ever run a half marathon. Even in training, without the costume. I was 1:54, beat it by 5 minutes. So, over the moon, yeah, got to see my kids on the course, yeah, it's amazing.
What were the crowds like? What was the atmosphere like?
Amazing, yeah, same as London Marathon. I know it's half the distance, but crowds are absolutely amazing.
Wearing something like that, I imagine you don't want it to be too hot. How is the temperature weather-wise?
Too bad, quite warm, but it's nice. Obviously, beautiful course because of all the high rises. So there's a lot of shade out there. So yeah, not too hot at all.
And you mentioned your kids. Their dad's now a world record holder. You've got Usain Bolt, and they've also got Steve the dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're gonna be over the moon. So I'm gonna go and find. Oh, they're over there.
They're over there. In fact, should we pop over and say hello? Let's come. We've got children here. All to say, our daddy is a world record holder. Is that impressive?
Well done, you darling.
What's your name?
Macy.
Macy, are you proud of daddy? Yeah. He's a world record holder. And Harry, high five, Harry. It's a real family affair here. Well, Steve, we won't take up any more of your time. Thank you so much. And should we give it up for our world record holder, Steve?
Wow, this is a bit hardcore before midday on a Sunday, but the tunes are pumping. Good on Steve. I think he might have a glass of orange juice or sparkling water or something a bit later, as the DJ's having there, getting himself through the next few hours. We've got one world record holder, 2 more attempts to come, so at some stage we'll let you know how the mummy record attempt went, and also the record attempt for the fastest half on crutches. Still thousands of men and women pouring their way towards that finish line back at Westminster. Bloodwise, a huge charity. They take part in a lot of triathlons as well. Good to see them here. And interesting to hear Steve saying this is every bit as good in terms of an atmosphere as the London Marathon, one of the iconic 26.2 mile races in the world. And it's a little steadier at this pace. Doesn't matter though, as long as they get there and get the job done.
I'm looking there at 2 hours 30 pacer, and quite a lot of our celebrity runners are looking to run that kind of time, so do keep your eyes peeled in this block now on the screen for the likes of the Towie guys, Pete Wicks and James Locke. They're looking for a time like that. So Kel Spellman, he's looking for a 2:30 as well. He's the actor currently starring on Cold Feet, formerly of CBBC, so a lot of the celebs trying for 2 hours 30 today, so keep your eyes peeled and we'll try and get interviews as and when they cross the finish line.
Right, we've had one world record already today. Dare we believe we've got another? Let's find out.
Early in the day, we found out that Steve successfully managed to get a brand new world record for the fastest ever ribbon. Pardy was next to him on the start line. Your face doesn't say great news. How did you get on, Pardy?
Today, I got the world record.
You did?
It was tough. What it is, I would always advise people to training, but the only reason I found it tough today is because I've just recovered from a fractured toe, and I haven't done training, but I would advise people, you want to go for this record, train damn hard, because this was tough today, but the awesome crowd, the support, the music, everybody just made me kick that little extra. They made me dig today. The crowd made me dig. I was shouting to the supporters, the runners. 2 hours, are we under 2 hours? Because unfortunately I haven't trained in this outfit, so I stopped just before mile 1. I've been wearing black shorts, so I had to make sure that the shorts weren't showing and I looked like a mummy. So in future I'll wear white shorts.
Lesson learned.
But absolutely.
We live and learn, Pardy.
And then do not drink half a litre of Lucozade Sport before the start, as I did, because you need the loo at 3 miles.
And what do we do in this when we need the loo at 3 miles?
I had to go to the Portaloo and take a few safety pins away, then go to the loo and rebandage myself, get out, and I felt fresh. Absolutely. But the crowd made me dig. Because I haven't trained in this outfit, the heat, I knew it was going to be warm today, and I knew how to dig, but I did not know I had to dig this hard. And I'm just happy. The crowd, I would say to anybody at all, any family with kids, anybody at all, adults, next year, the 3rd London Landmarks Half Marathon, I'm going to be back and I'll be doing another one to become, again, the first person in history to do the fastest half marathon dressed as a mummy from head to toe in bandages. But next year, I will have a special one. I will have a different record. Each year I'm trying to do, and this is the 2nd year running, I've attempted a world record at the half marathon distance where nobody else in history has attempted that record. So,
and history is the word, being a mummy.
Yes.
Just finally, Pardy, you You've done something incredible. A world record last year, a world record this year, maybe a world record next year. But will we get a smile now, right here?
Yes.
Right? Look at it.
Thank you.
A smiling mummy.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done, Pardy.
Thank you, and thank you to all the crowd who supported me, and the runner at 12 miles who decided to become a coach. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We're on air for 3 3/4 hours. I reckon Pardeep could have done half an hour for us if Radzi hadn't brought that to a close. I'm not sure it was so much a smile at the end when requested, more of a grimace. But a second world record in successive years. Straight jacket last year, mummy this year. And we once again got some fairly graphic information about Pardeep's ablutions journey around the course as well. But anyway, he made it home inside 150, so he does have the world record. I don't think he's going to be running as a mummy again anytime soon. But 2 out of 2, he will be back for his hat-trick. Now, it's not just the runners and 2 world record breakers who are enjoying today. All the charities and their associated committees seem to be delighted with what's happening here, not only in terms of the atmosphere, but the spirit in which the money is being raised. And remember, we're tickling £7 million. For the big charities, days like today are vital.
I was very surprised that
Well, I'm
Pardy...
joined by a man who, when it comes to events like these, has a key role. Keith, before we get into that, how was the run for you?
It was absolutely fantastic. It was amazing from start to finish. It was hard work, but pushed in, but the atmosphere was just incredible. Like, start to finish, so much noise, brilliant.
Have you managed to raise any money?
Well, we have on our platform. We've raised over £4 million today. And in total, we're expecting to raise probably another $1 million on top of that for this event, which is absolutely amazing for so many amazing causes. So yeah, kudos to all these guys that are out there running today.
You're the GM of Just Giving, which means, I suppose, in an indirect way, you can kind of tap into that feeling of people just giving so much to other people that really need it.
Yeah, it's everyone's got their story, and what is absolutely amazing, we've got so many heroes here today. You know, they're doing it for their own particular reasons, their own stories, and that's sharing that with all of their friends and family. And you know, every single step, every single mile, you know, and getting to the end, they're doing something amazing, and they're running for good. And I celebrate them because they are incredible.
Keith, being the GM, obviously you lead by example. So will we see you here same time, same place next year?
Absolutely. I was here last year, so on the inaugural event. Yeah. So we've been great partners of the event for the second year now, and we're just seeing so much success in fundraising, and we just want to celebrate, you know, running for good and getting people out there being healthy and doing something amazing and making an impact in the world by doing it. So it's brilliant.
Keith, see you next year.
All right, thank you very much.
Keith Williams wholeheartedly endorsing the event and putting his money where his mouth is. He'll be back next year to make it 3 in a row. Just Giving platform, providing the outlet for £4 million to be raised. As I saw him bouncing around with the London Eye costume a little while ago, way back towards the start. Here he comes, he's having to hold it. Maybe it's sort of headed towards collapsing, but it's still in one piece, just about. But I think he's ready for the finish line and his medal.
Talking about that finish line, which we can see there, the first runner across, we already had a word from him a little bit earlier, was Sifu Jamal, and he actually crossed it in a time of 1 hour, 8 minutes and 14 seconds, which was a course record, which was great to see as well. But it isn't just about running super fast. Oh, he looks like he's carrying some kind of baby there. I'm not really sure what that outfit is, Tango, but it's fun. It's a fun one.
That's not an outfit I'd wish to see down a dark alley at 3 o'clock in the morning anywhere.
No, I don't think so. It's a little bit scary. Oh, mile 11 now, which you can see on your screen. So hidden in the quirky down there, we have Dick Whittington's house and Shakespeare's house along that route on the River Thames there. So a couple of hidden facts which will be pointed out on those pink boards that are located around the course to draw the runners' attention to things they might not necessarily see or know about the City of London. So it is a bit of an educational history tour, history lesson as well.
A couple of guys raising awareness there for Prostate Cancer UK following the pacer getting round in 2:15. One of the Centurion running pace teams. And remember, these guys will be nicely rewarded at the end. They all get a free coffee, courtesy of Cafe Nero. They'll get a free drink at Salsa Temple or Salsa Soho. Caribbean Steel Band carry on playing. They're from St. Lucia, gorgeous island, made famous by the Pitons. Very proud Caribbean island, with a rich sporting history actually. They're called the Nostalgia Steel Band. Laverne Spencer from St. Lucia won the high jump on the Gold Coast last year in the Commonwealth Games. She'd been knocking on the door of a gold for a long time, and that meant a huge amount to them. So St. Lucia, a very, very proud sporting Caribbean island. Delighted to have them here, making a great contribution to the atmosphere at the London Landmarks half.
And those guys there, they've performed at the London Olympics event that you were mentioning earlier. So they've performed at, I guess, the biggest sporting event on the planet, and they've joined us today for the London Landmarks half marathon. And they were the first UK steel band to be established as well back in 1964. So they're based there on Cheapside on mile 6.8 if you want to go and listen to those guys.
Well, that was we've got some nice images there of the guy carrying the London Eye, a little kiss with his wife and children. Meanwhile, thousands more continue to head towards the finish line, thronging with crowds on both sides. And this is back, what is this, between 11 and 12? I think 10 and 11 really hurt in a half marathon. Maybe 10 and 11 and up to 12. Once you get to 12, you know you're going to get in. But if you're running quite hard, you're really pushing yourself, as that lady is, representing, raising money for Pancreatic Cancer UK. I think you can really start to feel it. 9, 10 and 11 are quite hard miles, because if you've really pushed it, you're feeling it by 9 miles. 12, you know you're almost there. But that's a tricky time in the race, and all the support you can get makes a huge difference.
And the support from this band, again the steel band, which was the Nostalgia Steel Band, who we were just chatting about a little bit earlier. Their support will be very warmly received by these runners, and I'm sure they're very warm out on the course as well.
Plenty of charity vests on display amongst the 13,000 runners. Some of whom have already finished, others are still negotiating their way past this unique course. Takes in the city of Westminster, the city of London as well as Westminster. A few fancy dress men and women have made it to the finish. Razzi's caught up with 2 of them.
Well, anyone that knows me well knows that my favourite degree grade was a 2-2, and look at a man after my own heart. How was it, sir?
Oh wait, hang on, I'll bring my 2-2 buddy in as well. We got 2 2-2s.
Two
2-2s.
Yes, 2 Shine retiring characters here. What's
Oh,
your name, sir?
I feel amazing.
And what's your name, by the way?
Hendrik.
How was the run?
Super awesome. No, it was really great.
Did you guys run together or independently?
We started, but he's too competitive and he abandoned me halfway through. We were meant to finish together. It was meant to be amazing. No, we had a great time.
I wanted to give him enough attention in the end.
What time did you manage in the end?
I think it was 1:39 or something.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, it's about 1:45.
Where do I...
I'm going to hazard a guess you were running for a reason today.
Yeah, we were running for Tommy's charity to save babies' lives.
It is a fantastic charity.
Yeah, it's really, really great.
And how much have you raised? Because you deserve to raise a lot in this.
We set ourselves £1,000 for doing it in this, and we hit it yesterday, so we're very happy.
Well, congratulations, gents. Awesome outfit. In fact, you know what? High five. Best 2 outfits I've seen today so far. See you later, guys.
Yep, certainly bold. Dressed all in pink, raising money for Tommy's, Ian and Hendrik. I thought I detected a South African twang to that accent, so maybe South Africa against England, a little bit of banter between the 2 mates there.
I love that when they have them out. They usually say like super high five for an extra boost of energy there. Go Labs, super high fives there. A lot of people just touching that. Because why not? If someone puts out a little bit of paper with a high five on it, what are you going to do? You're obviously going to give it a high five. We have Shelter tweeting in. Big smiles from our team, a hashtag Team Shelter. Runners as they stream past our cheer point. Lots of smiles from those guys wearing their red t-shirts for Team Shelter. And then Mencap, they are taking over Twitter today with all their support for their runners out on the course. Can you ask for a better boost than this? They also have a high five board there. High five for a power up. That's what I was talking about a bit earlier. So they're saying if you hit their board, you get a bit of a power boost to complete this half marathon. Team Just Giving there. We heard from Keith from Just Giving earlier about how much money they're raising and how much he loves this course and he's going to be back for his 3rd year next year. Back now to that nostalgia band who are performing out on miles 6.8 around the course on the cheap side.
Heading towards the finish, 1 or 2 not quite as interested. The electronic nanny, well, it has to come out at some stage. You do your best to avoid it, but there are occasions where you do need to hand over a little piece of technology to get 2 minutes of peace and quiet.
She's tweeting us, Rob. I'll find it in a minute. I'm sure she is. I'm sure she's just saying hi to us.
Speaking of tweets, and we've been making mention of the fantastic community groups who are out there contributing to the atmosphere and the high-class organisation. Remember, we've got the Daughters of Penelope women's organisation promoting education, philanthropy, civic responsibility, volunteer police, cadets, scouts groups. We also have Newham's volunteers. We've had a tweet from them. Oh, good costume there. A tweet from Newham's volunteers working hard at the backdrop, supporting London Landmarks half. And then we have Stoke-on-Trent College, who say good luck to Paige, our very own digital marketing officer, running today to raise money for a great cause. Doesn't specify what the cause is. So many really nice messages here on Twitter from some proud friends and family. Sue Duncombe says Patrick Maguire, aka Chicken Legs, is running the London Landmarks half for Cancer Research UK. And there's Mind, really important charity for better mental health. VSO International are down here, well represented, and they're delighted to be here. Remember, we've got 180 charities benefiting from this year's event. Last year it was 102, and I'm reliably informed 98 have already signed up for next year. And I wonder if the organisers will have a number of competitors in mind for next year. They've gone from 10,000, now we go to 13. I wonder what their plan is for 3rd time out. Maybe 15,000? It's got a nice ring to it. It certainly can't get any smaller.
Another one of the choirs, and they're now basking in the 13-degree sun that we have down in the City of London today. Let's try and catch a glimpse of this band and just take a chance just to hear what they're singing, shall we, Rob? Looks like we have a performer from Cats there in the middle of the road giving high fives. Maybe he's come straight off the stage down here to cheer.
Well, one by one, the celebrities are making their way towards the finish line. Among them, a double Winter Olympian. I wonder what she's made of this 13.1-mile journey on the tarmac around London.
Almost exactly a year ago in the Winter Olympic Games, this lady here became a 2-time Winter Olympian. Amy Fuller, how was your run?
I can honestly say, Radzi, that was one of the most phenomenal sporting experience I've ever had. The sun, the crowd, the people, absolutely electric. It was phenomenal.
How's your training gone?
Training has actually been amazing. I've been juggling my snowboarding. I was just in France, but Equinox have been on hand. I've been training with a biomechanics specialist. Obviously, coming from a winter sport, fast twitch fibre, I've had to tweak my training slightly, and it's been amazing working with Anthony Fletcher, and he's been helping me tweak the specifics, yet keep all of my power still there. So I've built up my endurance base, yet still managed to keep the explosive power in there. And honestly, today was just a testament to those guys, and I literally just enjoyed it.
You're buzzing, aren't you?
Yeah, I ran with my mum. We ran sub 2. We didn't have any specific time goal, but that's surpassed expectations, and it's just the building block for the next one.
Amy Fuller, well done. See you next year.
100%. I'll be here. Be here with bells on.
Yes.
I love how excited Amy Fuller is there with her medal and running sub 2, because she is obviously a 2-time Winter Olympian. And Amy, she was the first woman to land a double backflip, so first ever one to do that. And she was the first woman as well to land a cab double 900. So if you are fans of the slope style event, which she is obviously takes part in, of the snowboard variety, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, I'm sure. But it's great to see her swapping the snow and the slopes of France, as she said she was training in, for the streets of London for this half marathon with her mum as well. And it's great that you can run an event with your mum, because that's what running's all about. It's so inclusive. Anyone can take part. It doesn't matter how fast you are. You can join in and run at whatever pace you want to. And for her, she got to run a great event there with her mum, and she's absolutely buzzing. One of the best sporting events she's ever taken part in. Obviously, she is an Olympian, so for her to say that, it must mean this is a pretty good race.
Yeah, that was a great advert for the event from someone who is at the very peak of her sporting prowess. Radzi would have enjoyed that one. He loved his time in Pyeongchang last year. He was presenting out there. I was alongside him at breakfast a few days. I spent my time in the commentary box, so he would have really enjoyed Amy's enthusiasm and gratitude for what the crowds produced there. And she's hopefully, if she can fit it in amongst her training and get her mum off the sofa again next year, maybe she'll come back for another crack. This is probably getting a little tiring for one or two of those taking a more leisurely approach to their 13.1 mile journey. Tough day this. There might be one or two who are ruining a few missed training sessions. There are always a few, and you even get this in marathons, although how they get it to the finish line, I don't know. There are always one or two who don't do any training at all and they manage to get round, but you have to have a fairly decent natural bank of fitness to be able to get away with that. You're much more advised to actually do some training and get yourself ready.
I can just feel the pain that people must be going through if they haven't done any training for this. And that's like one of the team master bakers, Anthony there. He said he's only trained for a 5K, so he's going to be hurting. I think they want to do it in about 2:30 apparently, the team master bakers, but I'm not sure if Anthony's only trained for a 5K. He'll be able to get round in that kind of time, but we can see a lot of the green shirts there in the background, and one's just past us, and that is Team Macmillan, and they've got a lot of tweets coming through on social media. The sun is shining and everybody in Team Mac Bowls is having a great day supporting Team Macmillan at the London Landmarks Half Marathon. Thank you everybody cheering, running for Macmillan Cancer today. And they have a lot of balloons attached to them as well. So they are really going to town on their outfits, dressed in the green there, giving high fives to everybody, smiling, and they're taking over social media as well, adding lots of messages of support. We've got a few more now coming on the screen as well. We've got one from Matthew here, wishing good luck all the way from Cape Town, South Africa, to my sister Laura, who is running. And then we've got one from Rachel here, Ryan and Aaron Farmer running for National Deaf Children's Society, running for Tristan, their son and nephew, who had surgery last week. We hope he's all right. And Amelia Chong here, supporting the London Landmarks Half Marathon runners as they're passing right by King's College Library. Can't wait to get back and see them.
Can't wait to get back to racing. I suspect she might be a frustrated runner, maybe revising for some exams or something.
An injury, who knows? We've got Shelter there. Volunteers are at a cheer point making some noise. Everyone's making noise. Look at how far back the cheerers go. Oh, there we have Ruby there. You can see that's one of the bakers in the purple, actually walking. That's a shame to see Ruby walking. Ruby Bogle there from Great British Baker 2018. She was a finalist. She was aiming for 2 hours 15 to 2 hours 30. She didn't say the training was going too well. I looked on Instagram and she said it's not gone too well, but she was hoping to get through it. And you can see some more messages of support coming through here. Dan B, shout out there. Lots of medals being given out. And I can't wait to see Rob, who is one of the lucky 13, who gets a prize inside their medal as well, which I think is so great that the London Landmarks are doing that, giving 13 lucky golden medal tickets. And they can win some great prizes as well as get the medal, which everybody wants a medal when they run these kind of races. They can put it on social media on the Monday, and they can hashtag it Medal Monday, and everyone can feel a bit jealous. They achieve some greatness on a Sunday morning.
And they are brilliant prizes. Just a reminder, if you're dipping into our coverage, there'll be 13 golden tickets a la Willy Wonka style inside the medals. The medals open up because there's a space where you can have your name and your time engraved. Amongst the 13, 2-night stays at hotels in Rome, Stockholm, the 8th mile, 5 and a bit to go. You can really feel it there. 4 New Year's Eve tickets to Salsa Temple, Pizza Masterclass at Gordon Ramsay's Bread Street Kitchen, a whole load of London Landmark kit, hoodies and goods, afternoon tea at Monument, free coffee for a month at Cafe Nero. So 13 men and or women will be opening up a golden ticket, and I suspect some of them won't even know that the initiative exists. So it really is the bonus, the icing on the cake at the end of a fantastic day. Maybe Radzi will manage to catch up with 1 or 2 of them. That we'll have to wait to see as the rest of the morning unfolds. And speaking of morning, we're only 4 minutes away from turning into the afternoon. So where has the 2 3/4 hours gone? The first of 7 waves started at 9:30, and here we are edging towards midday. There are still thousands running, walking, race walking. However they're getting there, it doesn't matter. They are helping to raise £7 million for charities around the city, around the country and around the world. So thousands making their way towards the finish. And Radzi is with another relieved finisher now.
Rachel and Rob, what would you be doing on your birthday? Wayne, what's the answer for yourself?
Do a London Landmarks half marathon. It's the best way of celebrating your 57th birthday, I would say.
So it's the 36th anniversary of your 21st birthday. That's how we like to look at it.
Yes, yes, I'm 21 plus experience.
Yeah, precisely. How was it?
It was lovely. It was even better than last year, and last year's was sensational.
And the weather and the support and the crowd?
Even better, it's fantastic, and I got the family here, so it's been lovely.
Normally you might be, say, 70 kilos, but with these balloons you've got a little added lift.
I needed it, trust me, at my size, I need every help I can get.
And birthday cake later, celebrations?
I've got some birthday cake, yes.
That's the nod.
That's the nod, yes.
Yes, it's going to happen.
Yes, it is.
Wayne, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Loving the minions there, tied to Wayne. The answer to the question that Radzi asked, and I'm not making this up, what would you be doing on your birthday? Without fail, no matter where I am in the world or what I'm working on, I go for a run. My birthday was last week, and I went for a 7-miler in the sunshine in Abu Dhabi. I was over there covering the Special Olympic Games for 12 days. So Wayne certainly has something in common. I suspect you might be the same. It is just superb to lace up the shoes on your birthday, irrespective of where you are or what you're doing. I think that's a great way to celebrate his 57th.
Especially doing a race. I mean, yeah, I'm like you, Rob. I'd definitely go out for a run on my birthday. I'm also the kind of person that goes out for a run on Christmas morning as well, because I very much just enjoy getting out and, again, putting my trainers on. And Christmas morning I usually dress up as well, maybe put a festive onesie on. and really get into the Christmas spirit. So yeah, I agree with you, Wayne, there. Happy 57th birthday, and enjoy the celebrations post the half marathon today. And somebody else who may be enjoying celebrations because he has completed his half marathon is one of our celebrity runners, and that is Jake Quickenden. He wanted to run it in about 2 hours to 2 hours 15, and he just snuck under that 2 hour barrier. He finished in 1:59, raising money for cancer research. He said he's so happy and met some amazing people. He said, well done, the London Landmarks half marathon. And Jake there, he's obviously a former X Factor contestant, a finalist on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and the champion of Dancing on Ice back in 2018. So he has done everything, and he is currently starring in Hair the Musical. So very talented young chap, and now can class himself as a sub 2 hour half marathon finisher. So well done there to Jake Quickenden, one of our celebrities who has taken on the course today. And I love that they weren't doing the relay. They were going full hog and doing the entire half marathon. It shows they weren't hiding away from the full event here. Wanted to get stuck in like all the other runners are doing.
Well, we were hearing the emotional and uplifting story of the 6 friends who have been running as landmarks in memory of their friend Sam Soanes, who was one of 3 mates who did the London Marathon. Sam dressed up as one of Big Ben St Paul's in the Shard with his 2 mates in 2011. 6 of them have been going round for the 2nd successive year in his memory, and one of them has made it to the finish line with Radzi.
The London Landmarks are like buses. You ask for one and then we see 2. Ian, you've got a smile on your face.
I have actually. Really enjoyed that. We did it last year, but I was struggling at about 1:11 this time, but the crowd just gets so tight and you just sort of float through the last bit. So, no, I mean, it's just a brilliant day, isn't it? Brilliant.
What do you learn by running in something like this last year that you can take into this year's?
Well, you know the route a bit better, so you know that when you get to Tower Bridge, you know you've got a little bit of a hill towards there. But you know it's going to be fun and worth it at the end, because you just look around and see how many people and all the crowds, and then you see the kids who, you know, sort of handing out sweets. Just a brilliant, brilliant day. So, yeah, something to look forward to. You know your neck's going to hurt tomorrow. It will. So, yeah, a great day.
Did you get to see your cousin, the big version of this?
I did, and actually, some guy just stopped me and he said, I got a photo of you with the Shard in the background, and he WhatsApped it to me. So, yeah, no, I've got a brilliant photo of that. So, yeah.
Only at the London Landmarks half marathon?
Exactly. So, no, great day. Really, we'll be back next year, I suspect.
I'll see you then, mate, in time for a well-earned rest.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers.
The wonders of modern technology, exchanging phone numbers and photos via WhatsApp during the race. Well done to him. We will keep a close eye out for the rest of the rest of the 5 landmarkers. Bank of England there, Threadneedle Street. Fair majority of these runners are now towards the second half of the race. Nice tweet, by the way, from the Emily Ash Trust. Their trust has a main aim of helping to improve the lives of children and teenagers who are suffering from cancer, creating smiles and making memories. And they say well done to everybody raising money for Emily Ash Trust. We are so proud of all of you.
There's some nice signs there on your screen as well. It's not just about the support on social media. This makes it all worthwhile if you read those kind of messages, if you're out and about running around as well. But I'm just going to shout out to the London Landmarks half who have posted the picture as well, because there are 19 themed cheer stations as well along the route, and there's a Tommy's Mary Poppins cheer point, and it says here, there's a picture showing it, that you can chalk draw with Bert himself from Mary Poppins on the floor, and you can see pictures there of Bert and some kids enjoying some chalk drawings in the sunshine around the course. Some great themed cheer stations along the course, and the Mary Poppins one is just one of them. You've got the Harry Potter one as well, so some great cheer points from the movies.
Oh, rousing climax from that choir. brilliant that we've had so many volunteers, singers, cheerleaders all around the course, making this a great experience. Another tweet here. This one is about a Sue Ryder nurse. It's Bryony. And Bryony says, working at Wheatfields Hospice, I've seen firsthand the amazing work that Sue Ryder do for patients and their families. She's helping to promote that cause, and she's raising over £500. And Sue Ryder themselves have sent a tweet out saying, we're so proud of Bryony. She does such great work when she's here, and she's currently doing great work with her feet out on the roads of London. Just one of dozens of tweets the event is generating here as we edge into the last hour of our coverage. So if you are particularly proud of somebody, you don't even need to tweet us. Just put the tweet out to London Landmarks and we'll click latest and we will give it a read. So that's our most recent one to Bryony, a wonderful nurse raising £500. Asthma UK have sent out a little note saying, are you feeling inspired after watching the London Landmarks half? Register your interest in joining Team Asthma UK next year. We know you'll look great in our colour, purple.
I'm just going to encourage people to go on the app and take part in the City Selfie Challenge, because I've just gone on the hashtag and nobody is yet to complete the challenge, Rob. It seemed quite difficult. What you had to do is answer 5 clues, so answer 5 questions relating to 5 landmarks, and then go to those landmarks, take a picture with all 5 landmarks, hoping that you've got the right landmarks, and then hashtag it using the hashtag LLHM City Challenge, or go on to London Landmarks Half Marathon Facebook page, put the pictures up, and hope that they're all correct, to win a stay at an Apex hotel, and then bottomless pizza for 4 at Street Pizza. And currently on Twitter, nobody has completed that challenge yet. So if you think you know your landmarks and are quite good at solving clues, then I would recommend that you have a go at that challenge, because you may be lucky enough to win the prize, because not many people are yet to do it. So head onto the app, take part in the City Selfie Challenge, and you might be a winner.
There's the encouragement you need from Rachel Stringer. Don't leave it too long, otherwise she might start trying to enter. Right, Landmarks have done and are doing a wonderful job, and I think all their team must be delighted at the efforts going on behind the scenes and at the finish and all around the course. And one of the Landmark Board of Directors is with Radzi at the finish. I wonder how proud he is of how this is all unfolding for the 2nd successive year.
Well, I'm joined by Steve, a man who knows London Landmarks Half Marathon very well, being on the board of directors. How's it gone today?
Amazing. I'm a bit out of breath because I've just got over the finishing line, but it's amazing. It's the first half marathon I've done, and it's fantastic. I mean, the weather's amazing, the course is unbelievable, and just when you think you can't run any further, you kind of turn a corner and there's a live band there, so it's amazing.
Do you get to enjoy it, or do you always have your director's hat on?
No, I enjoyed it today. I wasn't thinking about the board of directors today, I can assure you. I was just thinking about getting over the finishing line, but yeah, it was amazing. It was so good. I wasn't sure whether I could finish, but it's such good fun. It was good.
With that in mind, for some people it's about a certain time, personal best, but obviously for you it's about simply crossing the line. What's that euphoric feeling like?
Oh, it's amazing. 6 months ago I couldn't run for about a minute. So I just started running 6 months ago because I wanted to do this event, and it's amazing. I never thought I'd ever do anything like this, so I can't wait to get my medal.
So from 1 minute to half a marathon, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to meet you. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Every 1,000-mile journey starts with a single step. Steve's began 6 months ago. Well, as a board director of Landmarks, he couldn't really allow today to pass without taking part. Just had a lovely tweet in from a guy called Jamie Burgoyne. I ran the London Landmarks half. A lot went wrong, but I smashed my PB. Fastest 10k ever, fastest 5k ever, fastest half marathon ever, all in one race. Well, I'm not sure what went wrong there. He smashed 3 PBs in one. So well done to Jamie Burgoyne. I tell you what, mate, having beaten a PB, you might be a little bit stiff and sore tomorrow, and so too will whoever's inside the legendary Bagpuss outfit. That's a punchy costume to drag round 13.1 miles now that we're gone past midday, and it's pretty warm out there, I imagine, in that costume. But he or she will, well, I'm sure, be rewarded with a wonderful reception at the finish.
And you don't really realise as well, this course is quite undulating, especially as you saw Bagpuss there coming up that little incline. So when you kind of come out of the underpasses like he was doing there and a long embankment, they're quite steep. You don't realise it, but you've got to put in a little bit more effort there, and especially if you're dressed in a big sweaty costume like Bagpuss, you're going to feel that out on the course there. So they'll be running around mile 12 if they're passing the London Eye, which you just saw in the backdrop there. But we've got a couple of people supporting NSPCC charity and doing a bit of hula hooping. Yes, they've got some skills. Look at those girls go. They spotted the camera and they're seeing if they can impress everybody watching.
It's memories of childhood days out in London, because in our technologically obsessed world, you don't necessarily see as many children doing hula hoops. That's just a little tip to the old days there from NSPCC. Just one of 19 themed cheer stations around this wonderful route. Go Team Smithy. Michelle, Ben, Jenny, Kate, Kelly, and a whole host of others. And here's another one of the bands and choirs. These men and women singing for Tommies and singing for all 13,000 competitors. Don't forget, send us your thoughts and your reflections, and those you admire, or whether you have an intention to go on to the London Landmarks website and register, pre-register for next year, which you can do March the 29th, 2020. Our website, or their website rather, llhm.co.uk/pre-register, March the 29th, 2020. We had 10,000 last year, we have 13,000 this year. I'm going to make a bold early estimation next year. Matt from the board and all the rest of the team, and Leah, who's been in charge overall, I reckon they'll push this up to 15,000 next year. Charity involvement has gone from, what, 102 to 180? Well, that's going to tickle 200 next year, surely. We will have had 7 million raised this year, 4.99 last year. Well, let's round that up. Let's call it 12 million. I wonder if next year they can get past 20 million. Another 2,000 runners, another 2,000 charity places, and maybe they can turn this year's 7 million into 8 million next year, and that would take them over 20 million pounds. 100% not-for-profit event run by a charity for other charities. Totally unique event, and they've smashed it again this year.
They have indeed, and a couple more of our celebrity runners are finishing as well. We'll see if we can catch up with a few of them later, but they are glued to their phones on social media, because that's part of being a celebrity these days. They've got to keep their fans up to date with everything that's going on. So Il Booker, he's a Love Islander of 2018, if that's what you call them, Love Islander. I think that kind of works.
We know what you mean.
He was on Love Island last year. Anyway, rose to fame on that and is now a bit of a model as well, and he's now putting on his story on Instagram that he's finished and he's got his medal. So well done to him. He was looking for between 2 hours 15 and 2 hours 30. So I'm sure if he finished about 15 minutes ago, he was putting his story up. He probably achieved his time today. Jenny Falconer, the Heart Radio presenter, she should have finished ages ago. She was looking for a time of 1:30 to 1:45 in her London Marathon preparation. There's only 5 weeks to go now before that big event takes to the capital. So I'm sure she's probably showered and enjoying a roast dinner by now, or one of the free champagnes on offer at that Bar Salsa, or the free Prosecco you can get if you head over there.
That's right, Bar Salsa, Bar Temple. Prosecco or a mocktail if you're of the non-alcoholic persuasion.
Here we go, some more social media shout-outs as well. Park View for You Run Club. Wow, well done, Jonas, finishing in 1 hour 46:52. Congratulations there. Gillian Cotton. Good luck to our daughter Becky Jackson running to support Parkinson's charity. You're over halfway now. Come on, you can do it. So if she's halfway, she's around kind of the City of London area. And Andy Smith, crikey, I just did the London Landmarks half marathon in 1 hour, 40 minutes and 19 seconds. Well done, Andy Smith.
I love the fact that he clarified the 19 seconds. If that isn't a PB, I don't know what is.
Those seconds are important, Rob, as you know. And you've got Hilly there, all done and managed to get a new PB, a new personal best by 27 seconds. Weather has been fantastic, and that will help those runners to a personal best. Some more landmarks finishing there. That was the gherkin and the cheese grater crossing the finish line.
By the way, I was looking up a few stats about the cheese grater. Let me tell you how it got its name. Richard Rogers is the designer. He created a model and went to see the City of London Chief Planning Officer Peter Rees. And Peter Rees turned to him and said, "I can just imagine your wife using this to grate parmesan." And from that one comment, Richard Rogers and Peter Rees, having agreed that the building would go up, had inadvertently, accidentally christened it Cheese Grater. That's how it got its name.
There we have it. Rob Walker's history lesson of London. Last up there was the cheese grater. Thank you for that, Rob. And that is situated about mile 8 and next to the quirky of the largest grasshopper as well. So there'll be a little sign there saying London's largest grasshopper is around between mile 7 and mile 8, just near that cheese grater.
Well, not only do we now know that the Pearly Kings and Queen costumes weigh 2 stone, his weighs a little bit more than that. He's got all the main landmarks on the drums, on his back, and he's got 2 rubber chickens hanging down his leg. Why? We're not sure. We'll get back to you on that one next year when he reappears. A quick shout out to Marathon Photos, doing the official pictures. They travel all over the world. I know Chris and the rest of his team are delighted. They absolutely love taking pictures. Anybody who's been in one of these events, you know what it means to you to get a momentum photo. And those doing the photographs aren't just ticking a box. They love these events. They really enjoy sharing the moment with the 13,000 in this case making their way round to the finish line. There's some hard work going on all over the place here. Their number of bubbles. It's thinning out just a fraction. What are we now? 12:15. The first wave was underway at 9:30. There was lightning. Then came cheetah, Mexican, chocolate, sunshine, rainbow and diamond with the last men and women out onto the course at 10:18. So we're coming up to 2 hours since the last wave began. So a fair number will be heading towards the finish. Great to see some snacks being given out. Maybe a few jelly babies, a little piece of chocolate. It's amazing, you do get an instant boost, but when that sugar rush wears off, you feel worse than you did before you had it. But anyway, the thought's lovely. Guide dogs, one of the key cheer stations. They are building a runner's experience of a sensory nature. Music explosions, fragrant smells and high fives.
We have a lot of celebrities running, but we have some celebrities cheering as well. Debbie McGee, presenter, former Strictly Come Dancing contestant, and was the former wife of the magician Paul Daniels. She's out there on the course cheering on her nephew Scott, who is running the half marathon today. And she says, "Go boy, go," and good luck to Scott, who is running, and Debbie, who is enjoying out on the course or wherever she is. She may be sitting at home watching. So thanks for a shout out from Debbie McGee to her nephew there.
Well done to Big Dave. That is a strong effort from the Big D. Dressed up as a guide dog, getting ready to the finish. Sure he'll get a great reception. Now, Willy Wonka style, the organisers have done this year what they did last. 13, to reflect the 13,000 finishers. We've got these golden tickets. 13 individuals are going to open up their proud finishers medal and find an extra prize. We've got an award winner. Who is he or she? And what have they won, Radzi?
Now, all day, King Henry VIII has been giving out medals. There are 13,000 medals to give out, but only 10 of them have golden tickets attached to them. Now, King Henry VIII's next medal is a golden ticket. So the next person to approach him to get their medal will receive their special award. Let's find out who it's going to be. They've got no idea. I think we have a winner. Now all these medals, there are 13,000 medals. They're very cool on the inside. Some of them have a little message in. I'm not sure what this one might say. You've given everything of yourself today. Thank you, King Henry.
Wow. Sorry?
I was saying thank you to King Henry. So what does that say?
Thank you, King Henry. Golden ticket, 2 nights. Wow. Oh my goodness. The Colby Hotel in Rome or swap for a LHS London hotel.
Only 10 golden tickets.
Oh my goodness.
Out of 13,000, and you're one of the 10.
Wow. Thank you.
Not at all. How has your run been?
It's been tough. From mile 9, it was really tough. I didn't do the training, so it's my own fault, but it was fab. The sights were amazing, the crowds were amazing. So.
But had you been quicker or slower, you wouldn't have been there.
It was meant to be.
And where's your accent from?
I live in Somerset, but it's a slight South African accent.
I thought you come all the way from South Africa, especially for today. And what's your name?
Tracy.
Tracy, lovely to meet you, Tracy.
Thank you.
And one of our 10 golden ticket winners.
Wow, amazing, amazing. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Love it, thank you.
My pleasure.
I love the moment of realisation from Tracy, who is from South Africa, via Somerset. The moment dawned on her. She got a 2-night stay at the Colby Hotel in Rome, or she can swap it for a break in London. That's because London Hospitality Services have been brilliant to the event, and they've lent a lot of support from many of their member hotels. So she comes across the line. First of all, gets a medal from King Henry, so she's thinking, what's that all about? Then she gets grabbed by television presenter Radzi, and all of a sudden she's got a 2-night hotel break. That moment where she put her hand up to her face was brilliant. One of 13 golden tickets. Last year it was 10 to reflect the fact that we had 10,000 runners. This year it's 13 to reflect the 13,000 entrants. 12 more to go. That was brilliant. I enjoyed that.
Because I reckon a lot of the runners don't realise that they're on offer, because they just sign up hoping to get around the course, and then at the end, that's why she was so gobsmacked, because not only does she get a medal and she's finished the half marathon, which is an achievement in itself, but yes, she can either go for a little mini break to Rome or stay in London and kind of go round the other landmarks, which she may not have got to see or may not get to see, because she doesn't live here. She's come from Somerset, as we mentioned. So absolutely great. That is our first golden ticket winner of today. 12 more to go. Let's see if we can get any more reactions as good as Tracy's there.
That's a huge choir here. Now, are we going to get a little indication as to their singing ability? If it looks like they're about to start, we'll go quiet and let them fill the airwaves. They're still tuning up in the background.
They're just on embankment there, and I'm just going to talk about another celebrity who has finished, and she actually started the race last year. That was Amanda Holden. She obviously is of the fame of a judge on Britain's Got Talent, television presenter, and she was in the relay last year, and she's done the entire thing this year, and she puts on Instagram she is thrilled to finish in 1 hour, 58 minutes and 48 seconds, averaging, she's pretty specific to her timing here, averaging an 8-minute mile. Pretty good. Well done to Amanda Holden there, to donate to her charity, which is Theo's Hope. She has a link in her bio. Great there. Judge on Britain's Got Talent. She's a ambassador for lots of different charities, and obviously Theo's Hope being one of them. So finished in a sub 2 hour half marathon there. Well done to Amanda Holden.
Here's an incredible, well done to Tom there. Here's an incredibly succinct message This is from Ashraf Patel. It just says, finished. Well, he's told us all he needs to. He has successfully completed the challenge. Even posted a photo. Well done to Ashraf.
The London Landmarks 2019. Our second only ever London Landmarks, but definitely the best 10K ever. And you guys are here making it awesome. So many amazing charities supported today. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We've got Nat, we've got Julie, we've got...
Well, I love the enthusiasm there. He's underplayed the achievement. 10K, well, yeah, but what about the rest of the journey? 13 point, yeah, it doesn't matter. 13.1 miles. His enthusiasm more than makes up for the slight underplaying of the distance achieved.
We can forgive him because yes, he is a cat from Cats. I'm sure the musical, but he's just down. He was giving some great words of encouragement, all the same, and some high fives. He must be pretty hot in his fluffy costume. Here we go, some more run. Oh wow, I love this. Bit of a party going on down here. Very colourful party.
Ah, this is to do with Venezuela. It's a charity called Healing Venezuela. I saw a runner competing for them a little bit earlier on, back towards the start. That's some superb dance moves. Guide dogs for the blind. Remember, they've been putting together a whole sensory experience. And we had a volunteer at the finish, Paul, who uses a guide dog, helping to hand out the medals. If you've ever seen anybody visually impaired or blind with a guide dog, the level of awareness from the dog is absolutely phenomenal. They are incredible animals and do such an important job. Great to see them front and centre as one of the key charities here for the London Landmarks 2019. And remember, I know we've said this a couple of times, if you fancy a crack at this, March the 29th, 2020, get on the website llhm.co.uk/pre-register. No excuses, come and join the party. Steve, one of their board members, hadn't run a single step 6 months ago, and he nailed the half in fine style. Come and be a part of this wonderful celebration. We can guarantee a great atmosphere. We can't guarantee skies as clear as this, but we'll do our best.
Here in London, we never know what the weather is going to be like if you are watching from abroad. This isn't usual London weather conditions here, especially for March, as we're in now. But it is perfect conditions, 13 degrees out there, and that's why I'm sure a lot of PBs are being achieved today.
Well, the last time we joined Radzi at the finish, he was about to witness South Africa's Somerset-based Tracy picking up a 2-night stay in Rome. What magic has he got up his sleeve this time?
There are not many people here that can say they will get into contact with 13,000 runners. Well, Kirsty, courtesy of ITAB, you do just that. Tell us all about what you do.
So if you ordered an ITAB in registration, you'll get a little card like this in the mail in a few days' time. Comes with a little plaque, like so. You take it off, and then you can put it inside your medal like this.
So everyone essentially gets a personalised medal.
That's it. It personalises your medal with your name and finish time.
Now, there is one flaw to this situation. If you're a golden ticket holder, you've already got something in there.
You have. So drop us an email.
Nice, Kirsty.
And I'll do something about that.
Yes, we see you responding straight away. You give Kirsty a problem, she gives you a solution.
Absolutely, definitely.
And have you enjoyed yourself today?
Oh, it's been an amazing event. So much support on the route, and the weather, brilliant. Yeah, couldn't be better.
Who knew sunglasses in March would be needed?
Exactly what they do today.
Kirsty, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I would say that's a nice problem to have. If you're a golden ticket winner, you just get in touch with them. They have thought of everything, these organisers. They even named, a little bit tongue-in-cheek, Rachel, they came up with names for each of the 7 waves. Go on, run us through the cheese, because it is quite good.
Well, they actually asked people to come up with the names, because they asked people to come up with the songs as well to go out for the waves they were in. So we heard them earlier. But yes, they then asked a couple of people to vote on Facebook about what these names should be called for each wave. So we had the wave 1, the lightning wave. They had a name of Miles Ahead. Then wave 2, the cheetah wave, were called Ron Faster. You get where we're going with these.
Yeah, like it.
Wave 3, the Mexican wave, was Feeling Strong. The chocolate wave, I'm a Runner. Sunshine wave was I Ran Far. Rainbow, I Need to Run. And Diamond, Just in Time.
Love that, just in time. And the guide dog supporters, cheerleaders still going for the high fives. And another tweet here that just indicates, I'm not sure how much attention he's paying, but maybe he can take part. What do you reckon he is? 18 months, so 2035 or something. Anyway, a tweet from Amanda Brown. This shows you the spirit in London as a result of this event. Amanda's a volunteer. She's been performing as part of the London Show Choir, and she has just sent a tweet to Zizi, the pizza chain, saying, "Thank you for the pizza. We enjoyed your generous deliciousness here at the London Landmarks Half." That sends to me the message that they were hearing the music and went out and donated pizzas as they opened for a busy Sunday lunchtime. Everybody is getting in the London spirit of this London Landmarks Half, which is fast becoming a must-do fixture on the capital's annual sporting events.
Well, talking of food, we have the Team Master Bakers who are out on the course, and that team is made up of some Master Chef runners-up and then some great British Bake-Off runners-up. And the team of 5 chefs there, they have actually made up a recipe book of 5 original recipes, and the recipe book is £2, with all proceeds going to Cancer Research UK, who they're running for out there on the course today. So that's made up of Bill, Jack, Manon, Ruby and Anthony, all the chefs there of reality TV fame. They've put together this Team Master Baker charity recipe book for £2, and you can find that on their Twitter as well. If you want to buy that and help donate to Cancer Research UK, then that is on Jack Layer there, his Twitter page, so he's tweeted that out. We don't know if he's finished yet. Jack wanted 1 hour 45 or 2 hours, so I'm sure he may have finished by now. We'll see if he puts a tweet out later and what time he did get. But great, there they are donating a recipe book to charity.
Well, we had Amanda Brown, one of the London Show Choir singers, thanking Zizi's for the pizzas. What about a shout out to the University of Kent sports science students, specifically those studying sports rehab, volunteering here on a Sunday as we watch the Venezuelans dance, volunteering on a Sunday to give free post-race sports massages for the London Landmarks Half Marathon. So all the students who shook off a thick head from Saturday night, well done to the University of Kent sports science rehab students. Free massages at the finish. Brilliant.
They will definitely be needing a massage at the finish line. They'll be pretty sore after running a half marathon this morning. But in great spirits if they're watching what we're watching here, because these guys are absolutely awesome. Look how much energy they have. That little girl there getting into the spirit as well, just joining in, trying to keep up with the dance moves which are going on from that Venezuelan dance group down there. Here we go, we've got some more runners finishing there. 2 hours 30, the pacemaker. And it is hot outside, and yep, but even the dog needs a drink to keep hydrated. Lots of people can be kept hydrated throughout the race by Lucozade, because there are a lot of water stations around, unless the London Eye has knocked them over, because he did so last year. So let's hope he hasn't knocked any water stations over this year.
And still the choirs keep on singing. Our thanks to all of them. A Those aid stations, by the way, are at stops 2, 4 and the finish. We've got Eat Natural bars being given out. Cafe Nero have got a free coffee for everybody competing. Strava have got involved in this festival of distance running, providing their final mile challenge. So there'll be those who will have jogged 12 miles to run 1 as fast as possible. London Hospitality Services have helped house the thousands who've come from outside the capital to compete. Centurion running pace team, there's one of their pacers there, 2 hours 30, one of 30 pacers across the 7 waves. Free drinks afterwards at Salsa Temple and Salsa Soho as Bagpuss, raising money for Hospices of Hope, getting a great reception from the crowd. And a lovely tweet here. This one should be used by London Landmarks in their promotion. This guy called Super Crazy Mark has written, "I'm back on the sub-2 train. 1:59 this morning. My favourite half by far. So much support and a great route equals an epic run. Double exclamation mark. Well done, Super Crazy Mark."
That sounds like the kind of thing you'd tweet. Back on the sub-2 train. That's definitely a Rob Walker-esque tweet there.
Yeah.
But well done there to Mark for completing it there. And we've got Independent Age, our very own Graham Hutton, off for a massage after his efforts in the London Landmarks half marathon. Well done there, Graham. Great shot of him post-race. He doesn't look tired at all. There we go. We've got so many messages of support. One from Charlotte here. So proud of Amy and Sophie. They're out there running today. We're tracking you. You're on the last mile. Lots of emojis there. A celebratory emoji and then a crying with laughter one.
Gail Scott Spicer has sent out a tweet saying, "Awesome to cheer on all our runners, raising vital funds for pioneering care today at King's College NHS. Well done everyone and thank you." Well, Gail Scott, an NHS employee, thank you. In many contexts in which the NHS do not get the credit they deserve. And not only are they doing a wonderful job trying to look after the entire nation, they're trying to raise funds as well to improve their services already. Well done, King's College NHS.
There's loads of entertainment going on around the course. That's one there of 37 music DJs or dance groups who are performing. And here's another one with their drums there and those inflatable batons which make a lot of noise. They're all around the sports events these days and they do help to make it very loud on the course. We have some tired runners there, but a couple of DJs like we just mentioned.
Well, these are the bar salsa DJs. There are 3 of them in total around the course. DJ Jorge Andre, he's the resident at Salsa Temple. DJ Attitude, see what they've done there. He's resident at Salsa Soho. And DJ JJ Latino is resident at Temple. And anybody turning up at Salsa Temple or Salsa Soho will get that free glass of Prosecco or the mocktail. I'm going to make a wild guess that there won't be many mocktail takers and there will be a large number of Prosecco takers later on this afternoon. And I'll also make another prediction. They probably won't just stop at 1 glass. I reckon they might tickle a bottle.
I think you're probably right there, Rob. And if you have finished around this time as well, it is at 12:37. There's a couple of performances going on some of the stages. There are 3 stages out on the course, and on stage 2, that is on mile 8.5, Queen Street / Queen Victoria Street. And at 12:30, they've got the WAC Arts African Drumming Circle, Pro Training Group and Digital Orchestra. So they're playing over there on stage 2. And then currently on stage 3, on mile 8.9, Queen Street / Cannon Street, you have the QMUL a cappella choir performing. So if you have got your free Prosecco and you want to go and have a bit of sun and soak up the atmosphere and feel super smug after completing this half marathon, then head on over to a couple of our stages which have some great acts on throughout the afternoon. Here we go, a sprint finish there from that chap in the screen. Powering there, he may know that Strava are running that little bit of a competition to see who can get the fastest final mile. That'll be recorded on the Strava app. And I'm sure they'll post it somewhere for everybody to see just how fast everyone was running that final mile.
He's definitely getting tired, that little lad. 12:39, that's lunchtime and then nap time. Well, what an immensely proud day this must be for everybody connected with Tommy's. Not only raising money for their own vital services here in London and in Manchester, but giving 179 other charities a platform from which to raise vital funds for their own work. 100% not-for-profit event. What a day for Tommy's. I'm sure all of their representatives at the finish will be delighted with how this second edition is unfolding.
Well, I'm joined by Tara, a lady with the biggest smile in all of London. How was your run?
It was good. It was not fast, but it was good. That is an amazing run. It was really, really good.
With that in mind, it wasn't fast, but what was today about for you?
It was about raising awareness of Tommy's and also just finishing 13.1 miles. So yeah, it was really good.
And you've got a role where you actually work within Tommy's itself?
Yes. So I work in community events for Tommy's.
I think what's fantastic about Tommy's is it's talking about, I think, what's often a social taboo and shedding a light on that and putting it out here and giving support to people that really need it.
Absolutely. So we fund, at Tommy's, we fund research into miscarriage, stillbirth and premature birth. Miscarriage in particular is something that people don't always talk about, which is understandable, but we are trying to get people to have conversations about that if they feel comfortable to.
And the result of that is you've just run 13.1 miles and you're feeling good about it.
I'm feeling good about it. Not great, but I'm feeling good. It's done, so yeah, and it's a beautiful route, and we got lucky with the weather, so yeah, I'm really, really happy.
Tara, well done.
Great, thank you.
Well, you know what they say, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I think Tommy's and everybody connected with laying on the 2019 London Landmarks Half Marathon deserved a little bit of good fortune from the elements. It has been a stunning, stunning day. That's a member of the WAC Arts, one of the number of music education organisations showcasing their talents free of charge on a voluntary basis. They've also provided Drumworks, Barbican, the Amanda Restel Dance Academy, so many groups of volunteers, Chelsea Pensioners, Pearly Kings and Queens at the finish, another volunteering group, the Daughters of Penelope, volunteer groups in Newham, we've had police cadets, scout groups, Cubs. This has been a mammoth team effort.
And if you are in London for the weekend and not just to race and you really want to experience the city, then the London Landmarks Half Marathon, along with your medal, so if you've finished it and you have your medal, you can go and get some great race at weekend deals. Oh, well, firstly, yeah, if you want to get a deal on the free Prosecco, that is inside Bar Salsa there, which is Salsa, Soho and Temple. There's two bars there. You can see a couple of finishers with their bags on there getting their free Prosecco. But once you've got your free Prosecco and want to maybe go and experience a bit more of what London has to offer, then you can have 2-for-1 entry with your medal at St Paul's Cathedral. Then there's 20% off Tally-Ho bike tours if you use the LLHM at checkout. And then you've got 2-for-1 also on the Churchill War rooms if you have your medal with you. And 20% off the Houses of Parliament tour. So many race weekend deals to be had because you've either got a medal or you just use the LLHM discount code. So check out all the deals on the London Landmarks Half Marathon app. You can see them all there just under the race weekend deals section.
Many people still enjoying this carnival atmosphere. It's an event with a huge amount of fun, but this can also be an event with a huge amount of emotion. There are many different poignant reasons why people are running, and it can all just get a little bit overwhelming at the finish line when the relief returns. can be a very emotional experience at any race, and here in London we've had plenty of that at the finish line.
I'm sure the last thing you want to do right now is speak to a man holding a microphone asking you how it was.
It was amazing. I didn't think I would finish before the cut-off time, so I'm just happy I finished.
At what point did you know you were going to finish?
I think mile 11, then I knew that it wasn't that long to go, and then I just powered through.
And then you crossed the finish line. What was that like?
Like, euphoric. That's the only way I can describe it. It was amazing.
And this man behind you here, I think, is very proud. Just how proud are you?
Very proud, very proud. She's been training well when she's done it.
You have done it. Is there anything you'd like to say for anyone out there who's thinking of giving this a go and thinks, I can't do it?
Well, I mean, I couldn't even run a mile when I first started training. So, I mean, if I can get past the finish line, anyone can.
Well done to you.
Thank you.
And I'll let you gather yourself, and I apologise for
Thank
speaking
you.
to you.
No, that's okay. Thank you so much.
Well, when I was told there were tears, I thought they might be sad tears, but as my 5-year-old's beginning to understand, he'd say, Daddy, they were happy tears, weren't they? So well done to her, and what a brilliant message to send to everybody watching who might be a little bit intimidated by the prospect of running just over 13 miles. Said it already here today, every journey starts with a single step, and she had huge emotion as she crossed the finish line there. One of 13,000 who will successfully complete the task. There aren't too many still out on the course, but those who have a little while longer yet to go are still being roared on. That's the Make-A-Wish cheer station, and they're cheering everybody, not just those raising money for their own charity. It's thinning out a little bit towards the back end of the field. It has been a day to savour.
And you heard from V there, who was so excited or so pleased that she'd just finished this half marathon. But there's a lot of people out on course who are running for PBs as well, and who are running for the second year running. This event is only in its second year, and we have Lauren Austin here. OMG in capital letters. I've just knocked 7 minutes 9 seconds, very precise, off my PB. Last year PB was from this same race, so she ran it in 2 hours 17 minutes 52 there, Lauren Austin, which just shows how much people are loving this event. They're coming back for the second year running. That doesn't happen that often in these races, but she's great there. Well done, Lauren, for getting that 7 minutes PB. Excellent work.
One of our volunteer performers there from the WAC Arts Federation. Bit of sightseeing going on here in one of the great capital cities of the world. Now, there are certain cartoon characters, well done Jason, nearly there. There are certain cartoon characters that have real resonance for those watching and supporting who might be on the plus side of 40. And I certainly remember Bagpuss from my early years. Just drawing a blank from my co-commentator, who's still not even on the plus side of 30. Anyway, I think whoever was in the Bagpuss outfit deserves a moment to shine on TV, because that was one hot costume to drag round 13.1 miles.
Well, I'm here with the winner of not only the best outfit of the day, but a golden ticket winner. Luke, how are you?
Absolutely overwhelmed. It's been a great day. As you can tell with this costume, it's a little bit hot under here, but just glad to have finished, and this is icing on the cake, so really pleased.
What price did you get?
I'm not quite sure. I think it's a hotel for 2 in Stockholm somewhere, so my wife will be pleased.
I bet she will be. Will you be taking the costume with you?
All depends. Yeah.
And do you know how much this man's raised, by the way?
500 now. £500.
And what's the cause?
Hospice of Hope. It's a charity that supports families over in Eastern Europe, kids with life-ending sort of illnesses, and the hospice just creates a place for them to go and just find a bit of solace, really, a bit of a respite for the families towards the end of their life. So yeah, it's a really important charity to support.
Luke, what a colossal effort, and I imagine everyone here was cheering you on, and rightfully so. Well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
What a great charity, Hospice of Hope, making every day count. And there was some poetic justice there. Luke, one of the 13 golden ticket winners, one representing every 1,000 of the entrants, so well done to him. And a lovely tweet from the British Heart Foundation. Well done to everybody raising money for us today. Together, we will beat heartbreak forever. Rachel, final reflections as we draw towards a close here in the sunshine of the capital?
Well, I'm going to actually get on my phone right now and head over to the website, LLHM, and maybe sign up for next year, because I have been so inspired by what I've seen. And I think the best interview, actually, I'm going to say, was Amy Fuller. She's competed in 2 Winter Olympics, and she says this is one of the best sporting events she has ever been a part of, and that in itself makes me want to sign up.
Great stuff. Thank you very much for your reflections, Rachel. We are just about drawing to a close here. This is an event firmly embedding itself on London's annual sporting calendar. 10,000 last year, 13,000 this year, run by a charity for charities. Almost 200 benefiting from the efforts of 13,000 men and women and thousands of volunteers who have lined the route to make this the great experience it is. One way to see one of the finest capitals in the world. Next year, Sunday the 29th of March 2020, pre-registration is open now. What a wonderful day in glorious sunshine. This has been class. London Landmarks Half Marathon is 2 down and the hat-trick is just 12 months away. Huge congratulations to all who have finished. This has been a sensational day in London.
Well, what a day it has been, and just look at it. The sights, the sounds, the sun. Nobody told me it was going to be this hot. I'm genuinely regretting wearing my anorak and thermals, but look at the smiles on people's faces, the costumes. People are doing it for charities, doing it for stories, doing it for reasons bigger than themselves. Because for some people, this is about personal best. For other people, it's simply about crossing the finish line. Last year was the inaugural event, and dare I say it, this year has been even better. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next year.